It's musicexchangeradio.com. Like the music on the station? Download the app. Need your music to go? Download the app. Sick and tired of all those whack DJs? Download the app. Tired of the same 10 songs? Download the app. It's Music Exchange Radio. Download the app.
All right. Okay.
Hey, I'm trying to get crunk.
Tell them why they don't run. Tell them why they better run. Here we come to get you. Oh yeah. To get you. You better get come to get you.
Whoa.
That's what we gonna do.
It's me, Teddy G, and this is Sports Overtime. We are joined today by my partner, Nader, the perfect, Mr. Perfect, Murphic. But you know, he gonna say he ain't perfect.
Yeah, you already know I was gonna say
man.
that.
I'm gonna say what you doing in the community is great, man. And we are joined by a very, very special guest. I'm a big fan. I would go as far as to say I'm a super fan. But this man is a real super fan. The super fan, Mr. Soul Saint himself, is in the building today.
What's up, everybody? Saints plus Soul equals Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Now, for this next guest that we must introduce, I have to give him his proper due. Because back in the day, you know, he is my buddy, so I would just call him Tyrone, right? You better call Tyrone. But now you cannot speak this man's name without saying Hall of Fame. Saints Hall of Fame, cornerback, record-setting kick returner, Nebraska corn husker, St. Augustine Purple Knight.
That's right.
That's the first one.
You feel me, Purple?
That's what you should have started off with.
Yeah, exactly, my boy. What you say, my boy? What you say, T? What you say, Tyrone Hughes? Saints
How
Hall
y'all
of
doing,
Fame.
man? Thanks a lot for having me on.
Hey, we appreciate you, brother.
And I apologize if y'all hear some noise or whatever, but I'm standing outside of Murrow's. Y'all know I come through the Lamb Chop Tuesdays.
Man.
All right.
I actually forgot that a friend came in town, so we were out here eating. I just told her I had to step outside.
Man, you better get your eat on. Tell a friend, tell an enemy. It's Sports Overtime right now. Let them know.
Yeah.
You know? So we're going to get this out the way right now. We got your homie in the building. We got the super fan, Soul Saint.
What's up, T?
Hey, boy, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right, now. So we want to talk about this Saints cruise that you guys have going on before we get into football and whatnot. So that's in 2022, April. So you get your time, you can put your little, where they used to have that, the Christmas bank account that you put it on the side.
Right.
Put your money on the side.
You got a whole year.
You got a whole year.
Yep.
To put your paper on the side to get ready to go on this Saints cruise. Now you guys have some entertainers and things like that. Soul Saint?
Yes. This is my first cruise I'm giving. I was going to give a cruise in 2020, but you know what happened.
Right.
They shut everything down. So this is my first cruise. I was happy to have Tyrone as one of my hosts. I got Ricky Jackson. One of my performers, my main performer, my headliner is Chopper.
Oh, yeah.
Chopper Style.
Chopper Style.
So, I appreciate these guys, joining me to try to have this cruise for my charity. It's a charity cruise, and all the proceeds that I make on this cruise goes to my breast cancer charity.
Awesome. That is awesome right there.
Absolutely.
But we also have a guy named King Mike. We have Jay the Wizard. We have a guy named Magic Rob Jenkins. He does comedy and he just does magic. So he gonna open up the party/concert when we have it on board.
Oh yeah, it's good
to have. And we also have DJ Richie Rich that's gonna be on the ones and twos.
Oh, you gotta have it. You're gonna make him shake a little bit. So you're gonna have a little soul in there.
Yeah, so I'm real excited about this.
That's a beautiful thing. All right. Ty, I said, how's the catfish down there, man? You eating that catfish down there, bro? Giving a shout out to Morrow's. We're giving a shout out to Morrow's. We was trying to give a good shout out to Moros. You know, I know you probably got a mouth full of catfish right now, bro.
I got the again, the lamb chop Tuesdays. I did the lamb chops. But I'm like I said, I done came outside. I told him, I said, I gotta go do this radio show.
All right, we ain't gonna hold you too long. The radio show, this sports overtime. So absolutely. So Tyrone Hughes and I, we had a sports show back in the day. So like I tell you, right now you didn't blow up, man. So how has things changed for you personally since being inducted into the Saints Hall of Fame?
I can't say it changed too much. Get a little bit more notoriety, a little bit more appreciation. A lot of people don't really realize what I did, or how much I did, other than just the punt and kickoff returns. Everybody know I set the records for that,
right.
3 years in a row.
Definitely.
Had the single game record, but just as far as doing things on the field, I actually started on the defensive side of the ball, and now nickel and dime defense on third downs. Started in Rams game, so I actually played.
I also know in college you played the wingback position.
Yep.
You had a few touchdowns under your belt now.
I played the wingback position, and then my junior year, I broke my wrist, and I ended up switching over to cornerback. So my senior year, I actually played both ways in about 5 games, which hadn't been done since forever on the college level. So that was before all of the Deons and everybody else, at least on the college level. What was the other guy? Woodson, Charles Woodson, and all them before they did it.
Now, you talked about St. Aug, but when we started the show, at St. Aug, you played football, basketball, baseball, ran track. I mean, when did you ever get time to relax, man?
Well, I'll tell you what, the one good thing about St. Aug is everybody says that I'm a one-hit wonder. I say, well, I might have been a one-hit because I got all of that recognition my senior year.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, well, where did he come from? I said, but you didn't have to wonder because my career took off from there. You always knew about me.
Right. That is true.
But at St. Aug, I had actually went to St. Aug to play baseball, so I started all 3 years in baseball. My senior year, obviously having that breakout season, offensive player of the year in football, and then being athlete of the year for playing 3 or more sports. Now, basketball, I was on the team because I was always going for my recruiting trip, so I didn't really play in too many basketball games. Got my district patch, went to the playoffs, so yeah, it counts. I was on the team. I didn't really play much, but I was on the team for basketball. But baseball was my thing. But then the way track came about was, and I tell people this all the time, at St. Aug, we sit in alphabetical order.
Right.
And my geometry teacher, who was the secondary coach in football, was also the track coach. And so he told Coach Payne, I'm going to put his name out there.
Coach Payne. All right. Coach Payne.
Coach Tyrone Payne, you didn't want to get hit with that board by him.
Hey, forget the board, Tyrone. Did Coach Payne ever punch you in the chest?
No, I didn't get that one, but I done got hit by him a couple of times and lit my butt on fire.
Yes, sir.
But we sitting in alphabetical order, so he wanted me to run track. Well, I'm like, Coach Payne, I'm playing baseball. And so he says, well, okay, Harwood. Darren Harwood was sitting right behind me, who was a good friend, one of my best friends in high school. We grew up together, in fact, in the neighborhood in the lower Ninth Ward. He tells Harwood, well, Harwood, if Tyrone doesn't run track, I'm going to fail you.
Oh.
Now, Harwood was the starting point guard on the basketball team.
Oh, wow.
So he's like, come on. He said, well, man, you can't do that. He said, watch me. So Harwood's begging me. So in order for him not to fail, I ended up having to go run track.
Dang, and so that's how that came
I went out there, and that's how that turned out. But I'm going to tell you what was the funny part about it. And this is how you really know when guys are real competitive. I did the baseball practice most of the time when I played baseball. Mm-hmm. But then I didn't even go to track practice the first time out. I went to a track meet. And they had a guy by the name of Robert Baker who ran at Lawless. They had another guy named Ivory, I can't remember his name, Ivory something, ran at Rob Wayne at the time.
Okay.
And I get out on the track. And I'm just, I'm Tyrone, whatever, coming out there, not saying anything. And we about to line up for the 100. They like, I don't know who you think you are coming out here like this, and you ain't basically cussing me out. You ain't nothing to us, and blah, blah. And I'm like, wait a minute, where all this hostility? I don't even know y'all.
Right. Right.
But I'm about to show you. And so we lined up, and when they popped that gun, they got out the box. I had my head back like a little kid, just trying to drowning in water. And I came in last place.
Dang.
Now, I'm one of the fastest guys in football out there on the football field.
Right.
But that's when I learned that track was a totally different beast.
Totally different animal.
Yep.
Right.
And from
I learned that myself.
From that day on, I told my baseball coach, Coach Lloyd, I said, Coach Oz, I'm gonna start going to track practice. So we're gonna have to
Right.
work this out, because that ain't about to happen again.
It's a different type of running. Do you think that helped you in the
It is a
league?
different type of one. In fact, if you watched a couple of Saturdays ago, DJ Metcalf
Yeah. Yep.
ran in a race against some Olympic guys who was actually trying to qualify for the Olympic trials.
He held his own.
Yeah,
too.
he held his own.
He ran a 10-300 at his size.
Yep.
Right.
He ran a 10-300. Now, anybody else or anywhere else, that's amazing. He came in last place.
Yeah.
With Olympic
Yeah.
sprinters.
He came in last place. So that just goes to show you how much that makes a difference being out on that track, because a lot of these guys today, they do the little workouts indoors with the ladders and all this stuff, and that's great for the hips, the groins, and the quickness and the explosiveness. But when you really want that turnover, you got to get out there on that track, because like I tell them, I don't know no track athletes that work out indoors.
Right. Did you see the size difference though, Ty?
Yeah.
He was huge.
Yeah,
in order for him now, if he drops about 10 pounds, he probably could hang with
But
him.
he's a football player. He ain't trying to drop no weight.
Player.
He ain't trying to
Exactly.
drop 10 pounds. Absolutely. Now, speaking of size, I want to change the pace a little bit, right? We talk about football all day, right? We talk about football all the time. This is a boxing question for you, right? Floyd Mayweather fan? Money Mayweather?
Uh-huh.
All right. He's coming out of retirement to fight this YouTube sensation, Logan Paul,
Lord.
Jake Paul.
Again?
And we were talking about the weight issue, right? So Floyd is 5'8". I looked this up. He's 5'8", 150 pounds. This guy, Logan Paul, is 6'2", 189, 90 pounds. He go up and down
Right.
from 189 and 190. What do you think? Is that a good idea for Floyd to come out, even if for the money? He got the best defense in the world, but we talking about the size difference, right?
Well, first of all, he don't need the money. Obviously, this is obviously all for publicity.
Right.
Because first of all, if this guy is not a boxer, and that's another thing, I'm not so much worried about Floyd, even though this guy is bigger, because it ain't something where you out in the street fighting.
Right.
This is a boxing match. This is about technique. This is about stamina. I don't know how much working out Floyd has been doing, or can he get back into shape and ready for it? Can he get his quickness back? But like you said, Floyd knows how to be defensive when it comes to boxing.
Right.
So that is totally different for this guy here who hasn't done it before. He's going in that ring just thinking, I'm going to fight.
Wait a minute.
You got to know how to box.
Now, Ty, he done knocked a few people out now. Logan Paul has knocked more than a few.
Boxed before.
He's a YouTube sensation, but he's really fighting exhibition bouts, but he's knocking people out. Do you remember when, who was that?
The basketball player.
Nate
Robinson.
Nate Robinson got knocked
Yeah, I
flat
remember
on his
he got
face.
knocked out.
That was him. That was who
him.
knocked him
That
out.
was Logan Paul that knocked him out.
Oh, okay.
Right,
okay,
this guy.
Okay.
So we're talking about the 40-pound weight difference, right? 150.
Yeah, but him and Nate were basically fighting. Like you street fight. They weren't really boxing. There was no technique.
Floyd
there.
is a master boxer. Okay,
Yeah.
so we gonna end this. We gonna end this because Tyrone is telling us we shouldn't have anything to worry about. Floyd is gonna be all right. The 50-0 record is already safe because this is just an exhibition bout.
Exactly. So
Right.
even if he gets knocked out, it don't count against his record.
Nah, he grabbing about $30 million out of here. So he grabbing about $30 million for this deal.
Exactly.
Well, hell, if he get knocked out, he'll be all right.
He still be straight.
Now, Ty, let me ask you this question. Let's go back to football. A lot of people always say that playing for your hometown team brings a lot of distractions. What was it like playing for your hometown team?
A lot of distractions.
Real.
Wow.
No, to be honest, it really wasn't, but except for my first year.
Okay.
And the reason being, it had a lot to do with tickets. Because everybody, first of all, they think, oh, well, you just get free tickets, and everybody wants tickets and they want them for free. So I'm trying to, even though I had to buy the tickets, I'm trying to accommodate everybody. And so by my second year, or at the end of the year, when my mom saw that year to date on my check with the ticket sales, she was like, oh, hell no, I'm taking this over. Right. So my sophomore year, my second year, I'm like, look, I'm trying to focus on football. If y'all want to talk to, get tickets, y'all got to go through my mom. So she had what the tickets were, the sections, how much they cost, and everything. So anytime somebody would ask me for tickets, I said, look, y'all got to go deal with my mom. She handling all of that. So they'll call my mom, say, yeah, Miss Hughes, we need 3-4 tickets and such a section. Be like, okay, my mom be like, yeah, that's about $340-something.
Right.
Then they like, okay, we'll call you back.
We'll call you back. Right.
That's how it is.
Because that's coming out of my baby check.
So that check went down drastically that year and then on.
Right.
So I learned that easy. Let her take it.
Nah, she wasn't gonna let nobody. She wasn't gonna let nobody mess with her baby check.
Yeah, she wasn't gonna let you do that.
Messing with her checkbook.
But I will say this: it was great playing in front of the hometown. That's for sure. Right. I mean, especially for what I coming back after doing what I did at St. Aug and being able to continue what I was doing in the NFL. I mean, it was really great.
Right. The Saints really know how to find hidden gems, right? They found you, and you were drafted in the 5th round, but you came in and led the league in kickoff and punt return and just really took the league by storm. So now it's on a whole different level. They're finding guys in the 7th round, undrafted, rookie free agents. I want to ask you about one particular guy who may even be contributing more as a wide receiver this year. Devontae Harris, all-pro kick returner. Like, what are your thoughts on him? What are your thoughts on Devontae Harris?
Devontae reminds me a lot of me in the sense of how he started out. Went to the Pro Bowl his rookie year, came on the scene, did an excellent job, but he just gets hurt too much. Right. He does a lot. He catches the ball well. Once he catches it, he can obviously shake and bake with it. He fits perfectly for Sean's offense. It's just he gets hurt too often. So hopefully, if he can avoid that, which I mean, a lot of times, depend. I mean, if, when you talk about muscle pulls. Or things like that, where it's just something where the player can control. That's one thing. But when you're talking about like broken bones,
concussions,
or concussions and stuff, you can't do. And if you constantly getting, ain't nothing you can do about it. That's just bad luck. No, that's just bad luck. But when you got somebody who has a constant hamstring pull and all this, that's like I'm looking at AD like, dude, what is going on with you in the basketball arena? Right. You got stomach pulls, calf pulls, groin pulls, hamstring pulls. Like, what are you really doing?
Right.
Who are you working out with? I know you used to work out with Marcel, who kept him in shape, but I don't know who you're working out with now or what he's doing because he stays hurt.
I have a follow-up question to that one, right? You talked about injuries, right? I said, are concussions a new thing in the game, right? Or were you guys dealing with those things during a time when you were playing as well? Or is that too personal of a question?
Oh, well, concussions, we always had that, right. High school, college, NFL, you get that, doctor come up to you, how many fingers you got up, 5, and you only got up 4, and they be like, okay, go back in the game.
Oh, wow.
It's not like that now.
So it's not like that now. You got a lot of the protocols, and the lawsuit has brought that on, but it brought a lot of attention to how they were handling things, and I think that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, definitely. Now, you played cornerback. I just want to get your thoughts on the Saints drafting this cornerback, Paulson Adebo. Does he really have the intangibles to become our legit number 2 corner moving forward, you think?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
I said we drafted Paulson Adebo, and they're saying that he might be our number 2 cornerback going into this season. Do you feel like he has the intangibles to be that number 2 corner for us moving forward?
Well,
who? Debo.
Did they resign Janoris Jenkins?
No,
Jack Rabbit
went to Tennessee. No. They just signed Ken Crawley back yesterday.
Okay, we don't need him anyway.
All right, Ty. Let me tell you real quick about this kid Debo. Right, we just call him Debo. He gets interceptions. He had 8 interceptions in 1 year at Stanford. Okay, and he had
Stanford?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's like a Richard Sherman type prototype kid. And look, and you know the funniest part? The Saints were looking at getting Richard Sherman, but once the Saints drafted,
which I'm glad they didn't, because that would have been a bad move. And Richard Sherman's a great corner, but he's too old right now.
Lost up.
And I'm gonna tell you guys another kid. I don't know if y'all know Doug Coleman. Doug played in a lot of arena teams and also with a lot of semi-pro teams here in New Orleans. But his son, if I'm not mistaken, went to I want to say it was Texas Tech. And the boy had like about 8 interceptions in one season. And I don't know if his testing didn't go well or whatever, but the kid can play, and he can play corner, he can play safety. And I just hope somebody actually looks at him and really considers, picking him up. But then I also want to give out a congratulations to my boy, J.J. McCleskey. Because his son, Jalen, got picked up by the Saints.
Yeah, he's a burner. He can run.
He can run, he can catch, and I don't understand why he didn't even get drafted. First of all,
Tulane.
But then he went to Atlanta last year as a free agent, and they ended up letting him go. I think the final cuts.
They be disrespecting them Tulane
Falcons
boys.
Going Falcons. Falcons going Falcons.
They let him go. They let him go at the final cuts. So I'm waiting to hear back. I'm waiting to see how the season's going to go or how the year is going to go for him. Because, when you look at him running routes,
smooth.
They're going to probably put him on the outside, but I'm going to tell you, it would be best to put him in the slot position because there's nobody that's going to be able to check him.
Not in the slot.
I seen this kid, it's crazy, in his one-on-one tapes, I seen this kid run a post corner curl.
Oh, no.
Think about that.
That's footwork right there.
Think about that. A post, corner, and then curl. All within 12 yards. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, first of all, how you got the feet and the ankles and the legs to do that?
Footwork,
Exactly. Yeah.
But he has, as far as the testing, he's going to test off the charts because he has to be. I don't know what they actually clocked him at, but when JJ sent me the video of him running his 40, I told JJ it had to be in the 4.3s, maybe low 4.2s.
Dang.
Now, to tell you how scouts will try to railroad you just so they can try to get you on their team.
Right.
His times. Now I'm watching it just from the video. I didn't time him. I just watched the video and knew what the kid ran. His times, according to those, they had about 16 scouts. 16 scouts from about 16 teams. His times went from a 4.31 to a 4.51. I'm like, that is impossible. There's no way you that slow on a clock, or that there's that much of a difference with a clock. I can see you saying 4.31 and 4.39 maybe even 4.4, but ain't no way you gonna say 4.31 to a 4.5.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is not possible.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yet, all of them were calling him to come work out for him.
Right. Shouts out to JJ McCleskey. I ain't mean to interrupt you, but shouts out to JJ. That was my church member from back in the day. Him and Sammy Knight.
He's a secondary coach
at Tulane,
doing a great job.
Sammy Knight too. I said Sammy Knight, that was my guy from back in the day. But JJ McCleskey, his son is really going to make an impact, and it might allow Devontae to be more of a permanent wide receiver. He might be a wide receiver 3. Yeah, he may make up. Now
I'm gonna tell you where Devontae can really make an impact is coming in being a third down running back, which is what I did when I went to Chicago, coming out of that backfield. Because now what you could actually do is put him and Alvin Kamara in that backfield, put Alvin in the slot, put the 2 receivers on the outside, and now have Devontae in the backfield on third down. Who gonna cover?
Yeah, that's
linebacker. That means you got 2 linebackers on strong safety that's gonna have to cover Kamara, and then you got a linebacker that's gonna have to cover Devontae. Ain't gonna happen.
That's the secret to beating Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Everybody, let everybody know that's the secret to beating Tampa Bay. Right there, the speed. Right, you got to outspeed them because Tampa Bay, they put these speedy linebackers out there because Tampa Bay and Atlanta.
Let me ask y'all this because I know everybody is always asking me about the draft. I don't even watch the draft. I don't know who we drafted. I know we drafted a defensive end in the first round. I know we drafted a wide receiver in the 7th round because I ended up having to interview
interview him.
myself.
Yeah.
You interviewed him yourself because the Saints putting you in position. They like, Tyrone, man, you should talk to this guy, man. Absolutely. And I watched that interview. And I'm telling Tyrone, man, you the man, bro. Telling you, though. Proud of you, my guy.
The thing about it is, they're always asking me about what they do in the draft and what I think. I said, well, let me tell you this. For every team, everybody looks good on paper.
Right.
When the season starts, I'll let you know if it was a good decision.
That's true. That's true.
That's when it's going to matter.
That's true. No, you're definitely right. Now, speaking of the season, before we get you out of here, Tyrone, looking at this upcoming season, man, no Drew Brees. What's your thoughts on this whole Jameis Winston, Taysom Hill battle?
I mean, I think it's crazy because Jameis ought to be the starter.
Right.
He has more experience. He has more experience. And what people don't realize is whether it's Jameis or Taysom Hill, everybody's going to expect them or want to expect them to play like Drew. That's not going to happen.
Right.
It's going to probably take, and I'm going to be honest, to me, I don't even think the Saints are going to make the playoffs.
Oh, wow.
For at least the next 2 years.
Okay.
Really, reason being, Jameis being that quarterback, I don't think he's going to have enough weapons around him to where he's not going to have to carry the team. When Drew was out these last 2 years, Teddy Bridgewater stepped up. Sean Payton called a balanced attack to get the ball out of their hands to make sure it was not a situation where the quarterback had to win the game. Mm-hmm. But the key to that those wins.
The defense.
Both years was the defense.
They were amazing.
The defense was the reason why they won those games because they whenever Drew went down both years, the defense stepped up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And the minute Drew came back, we lost.
Yep.
Or they didn't play as well.
Yep.
You know, and so I don't think they can sustain that for a whole season. It may be, 6-7 games, hey, fine. But for a whole season to do that, that's incredible. And I don't see the guys that they're going to have back there, I don't think they'll be able to manage that for a whole season. And I don't think Jameis or Taysom can manage a game for the whole season.
Okay.
And so it's going to put a lot of stress on Alvin Kamara, trying to get him the ball.
Right.
Now you got to find your other receivers. Michael, everybody's going to start
lock up Michael Thomas.
Locking down on Michael Thomas, knowing he ain't running past nobody. I don't know how they haven't figured that out yet. If I'm a cornerback covering Michael Thomas, I'm going to just sit at the 10 yards off and don't even backpedal.
That's slant.
Because his loss is going to be slant hitch or underneath.
Right.
That's it. And if he goes anything up the field, it's a drag across the field. He ain't running deep. He's not going to run a go route on you.
Right.
All of that is basically learning route recognition, but you have to understand who the guys you're playing against. And I don't think Jameis is going to be the guy to lead him. Now, he can be in the future if they stick with him. Uh-huh. Because the one thing you got to look at is when you're looking at Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger. These guys have been around for so long, they already know what's coming at them. So the minute you line up in the defense, they already know where they're going with the ball. Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, Jameis Winston, Patrick Mahomes, these guys don't know that yet. But what they have is that athleticism to get them out of trouble and to buy them time.
Right.
And Patrick Mahomes has weapons around him to where, hey, once I get out of trouble, or at least buy me some time and I got a strong enough arm, I got somebody who's going to get open.
Yep.
Every team doesn't have that.
Well, you dropping facts
And
right
so,
now. Ty.
Facts, big facts.
Once they start to learn defenses, then they're going to become pocket passers. And then that's when it's going to be more of a consistent winning game. Because all of that running and everything is not, again, it has worked for Kansas City because of all of the weapons that they have. But if you got a team that don't have all those weapons like a Deshaun Watson, hey, you just running around for your life.
Yep, that's true. No, that's definitely true.
You talked about the defense being able to sustain for those 16 games, right? You talk about
17.
See now that's what I'm trying to get into. What do you like? Do you like it that the NFL is adding an additional regular season game now? Or
Not at all.
Tell me why.
Not at all.
On the body.
Who is it benefiting? It's not benefiting the players.
Right.
It's not benefiting the players. It's benefiting the league. It's benefiting the owners. They're getting more money,
money.
That one extra game.
Big money.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And they probably have some money.
I know the players upset.
So why play it?
They probably
helping the owners.
and they probably have a lot of money to make up because of the missing fan attendance,
Right.
From the previous year.
Man, ain't nobody trying to hear that, man. They got money out this out the wazoo.
What that is? GTF.
Yeah.
HO?
Yeah. That's
They
exactly
ain't
what it
lose no
is,
money?
Ty.
Look, I mean, what about the popcorn though? What about the popcorn
Man, listen,
and the
ain't
beer?
nobody
man?
worry
What's
about
up,
all
man?
that.
Let me say, I know the money comes from
As
TV.
long as the NFL has
The
a
TV
television
contract.
they ain't losing no money.
They ain't losing no bread, man.
They ain't losing no bread.
Now, it affected the salary cap, which made it go down on the salary cap. Not having the fans and the concessions and all that. But the owners, trust me,
But
they
you
ain't
know-
losing no money.
Tyrone, so you telling me the hot dogs and the beer and all that, they don't move the needle?
No.
The hot dogs and the
They don't
And the nachos?
I put it to you. They ain't paying the salaries.
okay.
Look, Teddy, you know why,
They ain't
Ty,
paying the salaries.
Ty, you know why?
That's extra money for the owners.
You know why Teddy said that? Because you know when he go in the dome, he buy like 10 beers. You know,
Yeah,
he
man.
be super amped up. Like,
I be like, I'm supporting the team, man.
Expensive as hell, but that ain't helping. That ain't helping.
Yeah, man. They charge you $12 for a 4-ounce of beer. That's a shot of beer. Come on, man.
exactly, man. So look, Ty, man, we appreciate you coming on Sports Overtime. We don't want to hold you back from your lamb chops, man. So definitely, man.
Well, I ate already.
Oh, you ate it,
I
Bob?
told you,
All right.
I
Well,
had
so
already
what-
eaten. I just got my friend sitting at the table.
All right,
right,
cool.
all right. One
Yeah,
more.
we don't want to keep you away too long, but the one question that we want you to give, right, based on what you have seen,
Yep.
right, what is your prediction? And it might look a little different because there's 17 games this year, but what do you think the Saints' record will be this year?
I would say, I don't know, what is it? You can't go 8-8, so maybe 8-9.
All right, that's strong. Hey, that's tough. That's tough, bro.
So Saint putting his thumbs down. He putting his thumbs down in the studio. He like, come on,
You know,
bro.
I love your T, but I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
Ain't no way.
we ain't taking that out. But that's good. Now, Ty, now hold on. Now, these fellas don't know this, man. You know, we was on the air back in the day, and the Saints played New England Patriots. You remember that night? And we made a bet. You remember that night, bro?
And I picked the Patriots.
You picked the Patriots, and the Saints wound up beating them people 55-10. You remember that, dog?
That's when
That
McKenzie.
was the Mike McKenzie
That was
game.
McKenzie,
that was the Mike McKenzie
yeah,
game.
that hair was flowing.
That boy,
They had just bought back. They had just bought back Mike McKenzie.
Yep.
And I think
he
had
got a pick.
in that game.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. So
Yes, he
I mean, and I'm not saying that it can't happen. I'm just saying that's a prediction. That's all it is.
I'm just asking you if you remember that night, though.
And the biggest two,
Ty, for real, though.
But listen what I'm saying. The biggest two unknown events in football is injuries and turnovers.
Yep.
And both of those play a lot in a football game.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I said, look, I said it has been truly our pleasure to have Tyrone Hughes, Saints Hall of Fame, to grant us this time.
Yes.
And we are so thankful. And, during the season, we'll revisit this. You know, by the time we get to mid-season, when we got that Monday night or that Thursday night against Buffalo, that's Thanksgiving, right? That's Thanksgiving. So we might have you put your turkey leg on the side and come and get on there.
That's fine. You know, we come back and see how the season looking.
See how it's looking. See how it's looking.
Yep.
See how it's looking.
All right, man. So, T, thank you, man, for coming on Sports Overtime, man. We really appreciate you. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick commercial break. Again, man, T, we appreciate you coming on, man. We really appreciate you taking this time out
Thank
for
you
us.
guys for having me on.
All right, T. Hey, save me some of that food, there, T.
See y'all later.
All right,
T.
brother.
All right, bye. Thank you.
Man, that's Saints Hall of Famer, man, Tyrone Hughes, here live on Sports Overtime
33.
on the Music
That's my
Exchange
brother,
Radio
man.
Network.
That's
man.
my brother, man. That's my round. So now he off the air. He ain't want to talk about that bet, but I will talk about that bet right now, bro.
So let's do this. Let's do this. T.
I say the bet was. I say if the Saints win this game, I say you got to put on a New England Patriots jersey, bro. But I ain't gonna say what the rest of the bet was. But he came through.
You know,
but,
let me say one thing before we go to the commercial.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, that the NFL was smart to add that regular season game, because you taking an average game in a preseason money game,
Right.
and putting a money game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They switching. So what they gave up a mediocre money game
Right.
for a big money game. You
So
know
they
what I'm
not
saying?
losing.
Right.
Yeah, they not
They're
losing. They're not
Kamara
gonna.
hated it.
Yeah, he hated. Everybody was blasting him on Twitter because he was like, "Damn, we got to play one more game."
Exactly.
You know, and then the thing is, when you look at the schedule, which we're gonna touch on here in a second, when we come back from the commercial break, but the Saints got to bye in week 6.
It's going to be great. We're going to go through the whole schedule when we come back, folks. And I think Tyrone Hughes made an outstanding point. You can no longer go 500 in a year. You can't go 8-8. Either you're going to have a losing season
or a winning season.
Or you're going to have a winning season.
Yep. So let's
we odd now.
Yep. So let's do this. Let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to touch on the schedule. Man, we got Teddy G in the building. We got Soul Saint in the building. Sports Overtime is presented to you by Element Beverage. And we'll be right back. Y'all stay tuned.
You're listening to Sports Overtime on Music Exchange Radio Network.
Nation want us to do a song together.
For sure. Let's do this.
Check it out. Down in the dome with a who that's from. They want the soul saint. They want the soul saint.
Dig it.
Down in the dome with a who that's from. Here come the soul saint. Here come the soul saint. Down in the dome with a who that's from. They want the soul saint. They want the soul saint.
Dig it.
Down in the dome with a who that's from. Here come the soul saint. Here come the soul saint. Yeah. Down in the dome with a who that's from. New Orleans. It's the place I call home. So hit me up for a song. Come on, you got that? You can count on grown. Yeah, T-Bone and the man with the afro. Right, left, right, get you with the combo. Who is Soul Saint? Everybody know. He a legend from New Orleans like Satchmo. Here come the afro in the dark shades. Got them gloves on. Every game played. Soul's homegrown. I'm talking homemade. Number 1 draft pick, never gon' trade. Keep the dome hype. That's the game plan. Who that nation? We the 12th man. Keep the dome hype. That's the game plan. Soul Saint got the soul of a super fan. Down in the dome with a who that's from. They want the soul saint. They want the soul saint.
Dig it.
Down in the dome with a who that's from. Here come the soul saint. Here come the soul saint. Down in the dome with a who that's from. They want the soul saint. They want the soul saint.
Dig it.
Down in the dome with a who that's from. Here come the soul saint. Here come the soul saint.
S-O-U-L-S.
You're listening to Sports Overtime on Music Exchange Radio Network.
Whoa.
We are back, man. This is Sports Overtime live on the Music Exchange Radio Network.
Brought to you by Element Strawberry Pineapple. Last week it was just pineapple. This week is strawberry pineapple lemonade. So get something. You can find it at every store in the city.
Every store, man. Make sure y'all go support Element, man.
It's good for you.
The drink is definitely good. And they definitely sponsoring the show, man. So big shout out to them. Now, I want to get into this Saints schedule, man. We got Soul Saint in the building.
Who that?
Teddy G.
Wow.
And, man, this Saints schedule just came out last week, man. I know a lot of people have been talking about it. I kind of want to get you guys' opinions. Obviously, we just touched on it, man. 17 games in the season now. No more 16 games. And obviously, I don't really care about the preseason to really touch on that. If y'all want to, we can. But
you can't go 8-8.
Yeah.
Well, there's one game in the preseason that,
The Ravens?
No, not that one. Baltimore, I mean, they are who they are. Like
The Ravens.
Lamar Jackson. But Jacksonville Jaguars, right? I think that they're going to realize that they
had
made
a good
mistake.
draft.
I believe. I'm sorry?
They had a good draft.
Okay.
They had a good draft. That's all. That's it.
So they picked Trevor Lawrence, right? Mm-hmm. Right? I said
Teddy G don't believe in them.
I'm just saying they're going to find out early.
They should have took Justin Fields,
they
right?
should have took Justin Fields. I'm just saying they're going to find that out early because I've seen Trevor Lawrence get embarrassed in college football games, right? And Clemson has a great team. So when he played Justin Fields, do you remember what happened? I mean, when he played LSU?
Yep.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not saying the kid is bad, right? I'm not saying that, right? And they had to pick him, right? They had to pick him.
Right. I think he only lost them 2 games, right?
Right, but then Urban Meyer, right? They went on the 29-game win streak.
Right.
I mean, but that 30th, they met them Bayou Bengals and said,
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's the only game. And Kyler Murray, he's not going to play much to Arizona. That was just our preseason recap. Moving on to the regular season.
Now let's talk about this first game, man. We opened in the season at the Dome against the Green Bay Packers. Now, when you look at this matchup, man, and you look at this, just looking at it, we don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to be the quarterback, right? He's having this whole little discrepancy over there with Green Bay.
He going to be them.
But my question is, too, let's say Rodgers isn't the starting quarterback.
All right, let's talk about that.
Do y'all really believe in Jordan Love moving forward?
I don't. Like I said, they're gonna do everything in their power to have Aaron Rodgers behind center.
Right.
And he's a like my boy Stephen A. Smith say, he's a bad man.
Right.
Bad
He
man.
is. He is a bad man. I mean, he won the MVP last year.
That's right.
So,
Right.
but looking at the Green Bay game, man, let's say Rodgers isn't playing, I still would be worried because the Saints, they let their guard down against quarterbacks that, they like, oh man, we about to shut them down or we about to, smash them. Next thing you know, that quarterback ends up beating us like a Jalen Hurts last year. Remember
Jalen
that
Hurts
game?
good, though.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts is good, though. And Jalen Hurts is not as good as Justin Fields. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Man, you know what? Urban Meyer is going to regret that he drafted Trevor Lawrence. This is my last time I'm going to say that. Because Urban Meyer, he coached Ohio State.
Right.
Am I right or am I wrong? He coached Ohio State. Coached them to a few national championships, right?
So why wouldn't you pick the quarterback from Ohio State?
Why would you not pick the quarterback from Ohio State that toughed it out against Alabama after whipping? I mean, that was a whipping he put on Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Justin Fields put a
6 touchdowns.
ass whipping on Trevor Lawrence.
6 touchdowns.
6 touchdowns.
Cracked ribs.
With cracked ribs. So I'm saying, I was in the background like, you know what, Urban Meyer, he at least has to take a look at Justin Fields because that's the alma mater. Mm-hmm. He coached at Ohio State. He probably had something to do with recruiting that kid. And you go ahead on and listen to these analysts. And these analysts, just like Tyrone Hughes said, I'm on my rant. Sometimes these analysts don't know shit.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So I'm saying that. Sometimes these analysts don't know. And Justin Fields was the best quarterback in this draft. Mark my words. Shout out to the Chicago Bears because they was high-fiving and smacking each other on the ass when they got Justin Fields. They was like, man, we got Justin Fields. We got Justin Jefferson.
They were
we
shocked.
got Justin
They
Fields.
were shocked they dropped
that
him.
they had the opportunity to get him and they did not. Urban Meyer will regret that. I'm telling you.
Now let me ask you this with that first game. Do you guys how do you see that game shaking out? It's the first game in the Dome, Green Bay Saints, regardless of quarterback. What do you see? You think the Saints open it up? Because we do know the Saints for starting off slow in the year. So first game in the Dome, what y'all got? Saints or Packers?
I'm putting that as a win because I think at the end of the day, the Green Bay Packers, number one, we owe them one from last year.
Okay.
And I think Taysom Hill. Man, look, I don't want to talk about Taysom Hill too early, but what I wanted to say is that Taysom Hill, this is a revenge game for him. Okay. He was cut by the Green Bay Packers, right? He was cut by the Green Bay Packers, and the Saints picked him up from that point. Now, Taysom fumbled the ball, right? Because that's what he does. He fumbled the ball against Green Bay, and that's pretty much the reason why we lost that game, right? I honestly feel that the Saints are going to be a better football team
this year.
Right? And why do I think that? I believe it's a youth movement, and I think that I'm going to give a shout out to Jeff Ireland, who was our general manager. He has not missed a draft yet. He has hit on almost every draft pick. You remember, you remember we used to have the throwaway draft picks? Mm-hmm. You know, we was drafting guys like Kyrie Fort,
right?
You know, and these guys didn't even make the team. Right. They didn't even make the ball club.
Let me say something right quick. If y'all give me a minute.
Go ahead.
A lot of people don't know this. But, I have a lot of people that I talk to on the coaching staff and things like that. People don't realize that last year, the Saints team was divided. A lot of people was upset with Drew. A lot of people was on the Jameis bandwagon, on the Jameis Winston bandwagon, and there was a few that went. But, that team was in disarray last year, and that's why I think the camaraderie this year, everybody's going to be all in behind Jameis Winston. A lot of people don't know that. But they was upset with Drew last year for doing that because, and then after the season was over.
For doing what?
For coming back.
Knowing he was hurt.
Right.
knowing that he was limited
Right.
on his abilities,
Right.
Yes.
and everything. I mean, and then look, when they put Taysom in the game,
Keep it real.
I remember your boy Kamara.
Yeah.
You can look at his face.
He was mad.
And see that,
Mad.
especially that game. He even did an interview. He was so upset because he chasing them throwing one ball.
And let me tell you where that comes into
That's
play.
crazy.
Look, Kamara is a young player, right? This goes back to my original point because I'm gonna make your point. Kamara was drafted by the Saints in what round? Ding, ding, ding. The third round.
Third round.
Who was the rookie of the year when Kamara was drafted? Alvin Kamara was the offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah,
he got the Pepsi,
That's right.
contract
That's
because
right.
he was the offensive rookie
And
of
then
the year.
Lattimore was
Who was the
defensive.
defensive player of the year?
Lattimore.
Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah.
Who drafted these players?
Saints.
The Saints, right?
That's
they
right.
know where to find these players, and they know how to put them in position to be successful. What is my point? My point is that Alvin Kamara, he is going to be in the Hall of Fame one day. But you know what? He was on the Rich Eisen show, and I saw that interview. And he said, you know what? I didn't win every game that I've played in and caught a pass until Taysom Hill did not throw me a pass. You could have just thrown me a little pass in the flat.
That's what he said.
So now my 40-game streak has been struck
Ended.
down
Yeah, ended.
by you, Taysom Hill. So, he said, you know what? I was in my feelings a little bit. I felt some type of way about that. Kamara said that. And I bet you Jameis Winston will not make that mistake. Because he going to get that ball in the flat
Yeah.
to Kamara.
And people don't realize that you can have a team with all the talent in the world. If they don't have it here, they don't have good coaching, and they just don't have that chemistry with each other.
Yep.
And everybody ain't happy. They ain't gonna win.
Yeah.
Look at Cleveland. All them years. I mean, them people that had first round draft picks every year.
Every year.
For a decade.
Yep.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
still
In
couldn't
the
hit.
top five. Still couldn't do nothing
Yep.
until this last season.
Yep.
They finally came together and got some chemistry. Coaching was good.
Yep.
Good
You know
coach.
what I'm saying?
Took them to the
coach.
playoffs. They won a
Coach.
playoff
The coach
game.
came from Minnesota.
Right.
And he had
Exactly.
those two wide receivers in Minnesota
Exactly.
that provided the Minnesota miracle on us.
Diggs and Thielen.
Diggs and Thielen. Thielen is a bad boy. Everybody say Diggs, but Thielen is a bad boy. Marshawn Lattimore cannot cover Adam Thielen. You know what I'm saying? There's a few people in the league that Marshawn Lattimore can't cover.
Can we just say white boy?
He can't cover that white boy. You hear me? You said it.
This is my bold
And
prediction.
that boy was. Look, let me tell you something. Adam Thielen. I'm just gonna get off this real quick. I said Adam Thielen was doing the Kurt Warner, man. He was in the supermarket stuffing grocery bags, and he tried out with the Vikings, right? And he got on, and then he honed his talent. So that's a good. He's a great player, man. Adam Thielen. Shout out to Diggs moving out there to Buffalo with Emmanuel Sanders. They're gonna have a few wide receivers. So further down the schedule, we'll talk about the Buffalo Bills game.
Yes.
I know you want to say something.
I forgot what I wanted to say.
All right, you wanna jump into the next game?
But like I said, this year I didn't agree with Tyrone. With the 8-9 record. I think everybody's gonna come together and rally behind Jameis Winston. I think everybody on the team's got faith in this guy. You got receivers going out there practicing with him right now.
And then they probably go out for crab legs after,
Probably so. But look, he paying for him this time. He treating.
He treated.
Yeah,
Crab
he
legs
not
on me.
walking- he not walking out.
He going to fire crab.
Crab legs on me. I got a 1-year deal with the Saints.
That boy said
Crab
fire
legs
crab.
on
Going to fire crab
silly, bro.
out there in Kenner, bro.
But
You said it. They
this
got one
Saints team
downtown.
gonna
Shout out.
surprise
Yeah,
a
they
lot
do.
of people.
They do.
They got them ranked 10th in the power rankings. This team is gonna surprise a lot of people.
They're gonna be good.
And
man.
see those
Tell me.
boys. Look, we didn't get the number 2 receiver. See the Marcus Callaways
Oh,
and
I
the little
saw 'em.
Jordan Humphries.
Oh, I saw
That
'em.
big 6'3" receivers we got.
Jawan
All them
Johnson.
dudes. Traquan gonna step up. We don't need that other receiver.
Lil
we good.
Jordan.
Yeah, Lil Jordan.
Jordan
Humphrey.
got himself a touchdown
Jawan,
last year.
Yeah.
And I think that they're gonna have way more opportunities this year, being
Right,
that
to
Jameis
show
got a
what they can
stronger
do.
Jameis got a stronger arm than Drew Brees. We all know that. So now that's gonna open up the offense, because when you're playing defense and you're going against Drew Brees and you knowing that he's limited, you know that he's gonna check it down, throw it to Kamara. He can't get it past 20, 30 yards. Now you got a guy like Jameis Winston who can sling the ball
Let me
50,
ask you a
60
question.
yards.
Let me
Yep,
ask you
go
a
ahead.
question. What 13 you think is faster? Our 13 or Tampa Bay's 13?
Oh, Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas.
You think Michael Thomas is
Yeah.
that much faster? He's
Not-
a burner?
not that
He's not a burner.
Not that much.
They're not-
I
he's
said
not that
both.
much
Okay,
faster.
do you remember Winston used to throw that boy the ball deep?
That's true.
He said that Michael Thomas not gonna get no deep balls.
Oh, yes, he is.
I don't believe that.
I think he is.
I think Winston can put that ball
Yep.
right where it needs to be, and he's a big
and I
receiver.
don't know-
It's been a long
the
time since
cornerback
we've
can't
seen.
come through him.
It's been a long time since the Saints have been able to hit that deep third.
Well, I
right?
don't know if y'all remember Mike Thomas when he in his rookie year, he was getting those type of passes.
Exactly.
He was getting those passes.
Drew's
Drew was
arm
able to get him the
diminished.
ball like that.
Winston is gonna be able to open up that offense, man.
Yep.
It's gonna be scary.
It's gonna be scary.
Right.
It's definitely gonna be scary.
All
now,
right, we're gonna do a rapid fire going down.
let's go down.
Let's
so
go down.
at
We're gonna find out what
Carolina.
the season is gonna be.
So at Carolina, what y'all got?
That's a W. Look, listen, and let me tell you why it's a W.
I didn't tell you we was gonna beat Green Bay. Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all
Oh yeah.
get mine.
You're right. I'm waiting
We
on
gonna
you.
get
What
the
you say?
consensus.
What you say? So
Let's
Saint.
back it up the greens and
What you
cheese
say?
heads.
Green Bay, I think we're gonna start off 1-0 against Green Bay in the dome.
Thank you, Soul.
One and oh.
Soul, brother.
All right.
1-0.
That
I
team
gotta
is in disarray.
What-
That team is in
with
disarray too.
Aaron or without.
That's
Okay.
right.
At Carolina, week 2.
That's W. Moving on.
That's W.
W.
Straight.
Look, I'm keeping records of this so we can revisit this later on. At New England.
All right, let's talk about Cam.
Finally, we get a win in New England.
All right.
I think we win that one too.
I think so too.
I don't have no faith in Cam.
All right, I'm gonna be real. Let's be honest. Let's be real, man. Bill Belichick is still a good coach.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
he is.
Cam Newton is who he is. My question is, will Cam Newton be the quarterback at that time? Let Cam Newton lose one of the
only
first
week
2
3,
games.
Teddy
Right.
G.
Week 3, he's still gonna-
It's only
wait a
week
minute.
3,
He's
bro.
still gonna be the quarterback.
Wait a minute.
at week 3.
There's a quarterback controversy right now.
Mac
let's
Jones.
be real. Hold up. What number did New England Patriots draft a quarterback this year?
What was it? 11?
He was number 15.
15?
He was the 15th overall selection. Okay, you telling me they not gonna let that boy play if Cam's trip up in the first? You know Cam got foot problems, man. Fam, you know he be wearing all these,
Under Armour?
he be wearing all
Oh,
these.
you talking about like
he
all
be
the
wearing all these
designer?
hard bottoms, man.
Yeah,
you know.
Pradas and red
Yeah.
bottoms.
Wait a minute.
Feet,
but
boy,
look,
must have feet
it's
problems.
only week 3.
I understand.
think they're gonna give him to at least week 5.
Let him lose 2-3 games.
Right.
Boy, I tell you.
At
All right.
least week 5.
But going back to before we go to the next game, the Saints do have they've played Cam a lot in the NFC South when he was with the Panthers. So I think they'll be able to control
beat
Cam
his
and they'll
ass,
win
yeah.
that
All
that
right.
game.
That's my first loss. I believe that the New England
Okay.
Patriots are going to get that win. What? Because Jameis went. Come on, man. We got 5 more to go. We said 12-5, right?
Yeah,
We said 12-5, right?
Yeah, but not to New England.
not to them.
Not to that New England.
In New England.
All right, now coming back, we're gonna face New England's arch nemesis, the team New England hates to play, the New York Giants at home. What's your thoughts? They got
Saquon Barkley.
they got Saquon.
Yeah, they got Saquon back.
I think
Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes.
Yeah,
They got some
But
weapons. They
I
added some
still
receivers.
feel
It's a
that they
home
don't
game.
have enough.
It's a home game.
I don't feel like that's our home game, right?
It's our home
I don't
game.
feel like they have enough to beat us.
All right. New York Giants. That's a W.
W.
All
All
right.
right, cool. At Washington. Another Robert Meacham strip.
Ryan Fitzpatrick is now the quarterback. We have struggled against Ryan Fitzpatrick for the fact that he's a Harvard graduate. He's a very smart kid, and he's not a kid anymore. This dude is my age. This dude is 41 years old. Okay? And this guy throws bombs. Okay? This guy does not mind throwing the ball. He's a very smart quarterback, and he almost took Tua Tagovailoa job.
Yep.
He almost took his job. They had to get him out of town.
You remember last
because
year?
he was about to take Tua's job.
It was a Thursday night game, and they had pulled his face mask.
He
all the
threw
way
a no
back,
look.
and
He
still
threw a no
threw
look.
Yeah,
Sideline pass.
yeah, he threw it. And he
on the
still
money.
got the ball on the money.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
And you know, when he was with Tampa Bay, you always couldn't just say, "Oh man, we're gonna beat Tampa Bay."
All right.
So I don't know. But I think they win.
Until they get a name, they ain't gonna do
They
nothing.
ain't even got no name, man. What kind of football team is that? What time is that? The bye week. That's another win for the Saints right there. Moving on.
I got
Seattle
them
Seahawks.
5. All right, at the bye, I got them 5-0. You got them.
I got them 4-1.
I got 5-0. 5-0.
I got them 4. I'm gonna be a realist. I mean 4-1.
I'm being a homer,
I'm rocking with 4-1.
Okay.
You know, because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna back it up again because y'all really didn't really see the checkbook. I'm sorry. I'm talking about the New England Patriots right now. They realized they made a mistake with letting Tom Brady go. Okay? They did not open up their checkbook to wide receivers, to anybody for years, right? They just like, you just gonna play with who you gonna play with.
Right.
They went out and got name brand wide receivers. Okay?
Because of Tom Brady.
Exactly. Now Cam Newton, he's going to be able to, do what he needs to do. And in the beginning of the year, Cam Newton is good. And as the year goes
Progresses,
on, he struggles.
And he said that.
So he gave Seattle everything that they could handle in Seattle last year, that first 2 weeks. Everybody was like, Cam is back. Cam is good, right? Cam is good. So Cam is going to be healthy this year, and he probably, most likely, will be the quarterback. So that's why I'm going to say, all right, the Saints not going to go 5-0. They're going to go 4-1. And we might drop that game. Don't shoot me, folks. Don't shoot the messenger. The Saints might lose one game, right? At
in
New
the
England,
top 5.
It's a 12 p.m. game, a regular game that nobody ain't really looking at except for us. Okay, it's not a 3 p.m. game, right? The Saints do very well in prime time, so that's why I'm saying New England Patriots. This is all my talk because we right on the bye week. Now we move into at Seattle Seahawks, October 25th. This is a Monday night game. Dangerous Wilson.
Yeah, man.
In Seattle, it might be raining.
It might be raining. The last time they went to Seattle, they actually won the game with Teddy Bridgewater. Deontay Harris had a kick return. Kamara went off that game. I mean, Sean's going to put the team in the best position to win. But, man, I got to go L on this one.
I'm going to be at that game, by the way.
Seattle.
I already got my plane tickets and everything. I'm going to be at that game. We never do well in Seattle. Last year we did.
Yeah.
We beat
Teddy B.
Yep, Teddy.
Well, the year before, yeah.
The defense was tight that day, boy. Deontay ran a kick return back. Oh yeah.
Russell Wilson. They got the second coming of Megatron. DK Metcalf.
Yep.
Man,
Tyler Lockett.
With our corners, Tyler Lockett. I think that'll be our first loss.
Yeah, I think so.
I
agree with you.
That'll be our first loss.
I disagree.
I got
I disagree.
5-1.
I think Seattle is going to be terrible this year. I think the Saints are going to win that game. Moving on, Tampa Bay, October 31st,
Halloween in the dome. I know Soul Saint ready for that one.
Hey man, what you going to Halloween?
Yeah.
Man? I'm going as Soul Saint this year.
I'm going as.
You gonna have a fro?
I get the fro and everything.
I think I'm gonna go as Old Saint. I'm gonna paint my hair gray.
Gonna be great.
Yeah, gray, all gray. Yeah, with the cane.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So
all
I'm
right.
gonna probably do something different.
So what you got? Saints, Bucks, Halloween in the dome.
Revenge game. Look, we beat them twice in the regular season last year. Then we lost the main game. And that's the playoff game. This team has brought back everybody. Everybody's got a year under their belt. The secondary going to be a little better. Remember, they had their rookie in the secondary.
Yeah.
Now he's got a year under his belt. He's a Super Bowl champ. Their head's going to be this big, because they lost 2 games to the Saints in the regular season last year.
Right.
But I think, like I said, the Saints, man, look, we got to hold our dome down. Right. And I think we're going to win a close one.
All right, we're going to win this game. All right, that's 2.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go.
We winning that game.
Yeah, we're going to win that game.
We're going to win that one.
We'll win that game.
All right, Nader, let me be clear.
But before we move on, because we talking about Tampa Bay, does it really matter, though, in a sense? Because think about it. Last year, we beat them twice in the regular season. And then when it really counted, we ended up fumbling.
Who was we missing in the playoff game against Tampa Bay?
Mike Thomas did play, but he was like a decoy.
And who else?
Taysom.
Exactly.
So you think...
I guarantee you.
That second, that other weapon. We needed that other weapon.
I guarantee you. If Taysom would have played that game, we would have held that lead. Okay?
Even with the 3 picks?
It wouldn't have been no... You know why Drew Brees been throwing picks? You know why Drew Brees' picks have been down? Drew Brees throws picks in the red zone when it gets congested. Who handles the ball now in the red zone?
Taysom Hill.
So Saint, who handles the ball in the red zone?
Most of the time is Taysom.
Taysom Hill. He has 8 touchdowns rushing in from 10 yards, right? 10.
And 5, even with Wayne Winston, they might put that power in there, That
power in there.
Right. And either he gonna give it to Kamara up the middle, or either he gonna take it.
Saints fans, I'm not that type of guy, but I'm just saying, if the Saints would have been at full strength, if they would have had Deontay Harris, right?
We lost that game.
Deontay Harris got hurt.
He got hurt in the first
He
quarter.
almost had two kickoff returns, punt return for touchdown.
He was killing
One got called back.
Right.
Yeah,
one got called back.
Exactly. Bro, they shouldn't have threw that flag. That was a touchdown right there, my boy.
All right, you make a good point. Now, the week after the
Stump them boys.
Tampa game, man, we got the Falcons in the Superdome.
And Dirty
Falcons
Birds.
got them a nice little tight end that they drafted, Kyle Pitts from Florida.
I thought he was from the game. Jason Pitts.
I know. Listen, I know who exactly we talking about because Pooch Hall, my boy. So,
Man, we still going against the
He
same.
was a tight end too, huh?
We still going against the same Matty Ice.
yep.
You know, we done played against Julio. We know even though he's good, he's a great receiver.
Lattimore locks him up.
You know, yes, Lattimore steps up to play him.
I
For
think-
some reason, Lattimore just wants to shut Julio down, man.
Ridley. I think their most dangerous person on offense is Ridley, in my opinion.
Right.
This game is going to show you why the Saints are going to be a better team now, right? I said Drew Brees has always been a nemesis for the Falcons. He slices them up and all this, that, and the other.
Right.
But what I'm saying is Jameis Winston, I don't know if anybody noticed it. If you haven't, go back and watch the San Francisco 49ers game when we played them this year, right? San Francisco beats up on Drew Brees, right? He got hurt in that game, right?
Yep.
He got
Came
hurt in
in.
that game. So Jameis Winston comes in. Jameis Winston had lost 38 pounds, right? Since he played in Tampa Bay. That boy, he was getting out of the pocket. He was even handing the ball off fast. Like coming out of the thing. Wow, put it right in Kamara's belly.
Right.
Like quickness. The quickness that I've seen from him, it shows me, listen, he has a lot to prove, and I'm telling you, he going to take it out on Atlanta. Atlanta Falcons.
That's the team we need to
this
take
year,
it out on.
Atlanta Falcons. That's gonna be y'all. Y'all gonna learn today.
We won that game,
Yeah.
but I tell you, Sean Payton had some bad play calling in that game for Jameis inside the 20. You know, when he called, it was some bad play calling.
Right, because he brought him right down the field.
Right. He should have put Taysom in down
Right,
there.
exactly.
He should have ran straight ahead.
That's
Don't
what I'm
try
talking
nothing.
about, Sam.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna
North
look
and
like.
south.
Jameis is gonna get him down the field. But then when you get in that 7-yard line, that 5-yard line, boy, that goal line package is gonna be nice, man. Taysom might be in there as a tight end.
But
He
I
might
will
be
say
a
this.
quarterback.
But let me say this. Even with that goal line package, Taysom Hill needs to hold on to that ball.
Exactly.
Because that Atlanta game last year, he almost cost us that game.
Well, if you remember the San Francisco game,
Yep.
Taysom had a long run. He had broke it, but then the guy stripped him.
Yep.
Remember?
You got to hold on to that
right.
ball.
You got to hold on to that ball.
He
Gotta hold
fumbled
on
in Philadelphia too.
Yeah, see?
That's
That's
his
what I'm
thing.
saying.
He fumbles the ball, right?
Yeah.
He fumbles the ball too much and I think that they're gonna
He hold
get
it
that
like a loaf of bread.
Hey, you're gonna get that corrected this year.
He hold it like a loaf
You
of bread.
got to get that corrected, bro.
Now, after the Atlanta game, man, we got 2 road games. Number 1 at the Tennessee Titans. That's gonna be a hard game.
All right.
Let
Tennessee.
me say this.
Last time we played them,
Last
Derrick
time
Henry
we
ain't
played,
played.
right? Exactly. That's the
Derrick Henry
fact.
did not play.
And they still played us a tight game.
Yep.
We still could have lost that game.
That boy huge.
This
He's
year,
huge, man.
This year, Derrick Henry will be back.
Yep.
And we didn't really do nothing in our interior. And we don't know if this dude Werner, this linebacker, is gonna be a good compliment to DeMario.
Right.
I think Henry gonna run all over us that game. That's another L for me.
All right. Moving on. Let's move it rapid fire.
L. What you say?
Rapid fire.
No, what you say? Who you picking?
I'm gonna say L. I'm gonna say it's a loss.
L.
I'm gonna say it's a
I'll go
loss.
L too.
Philly.
At Philly. New coach,
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
You know what?
They
You know what
added
I think?
Devontae Smith
All
from
right, we at
Alabama.
Philadelphia again. We at Philadelphia again.
At
Listen,
Philly.
I said Jalen Hurts, did what Taysom should have done, right? If Sean Payton was not telling him, hey, man, don't run the ball so much, go through your progressions. I said if Taysom Hill would have just ran the ball all over them people, Saints would have won that game. But, he was really focused on trying to be a pocket quarterback, which he isn't. He's not that. Lamar Jackson is not I think that, Taysom Hill is like a white boy. Lamar Jackson. And there ain't no slight to Lamar Jackson. Okay? Lamar Jackson is MVP of this league. Okay? So the league is going that way. I would very much so like the Saints to look like. You see how y'all so scared of Tennessee? Why y'all scared of Tennessee? Well, we scared of Tennessee. I said they're going to lose too. I said we scared of Tennessee because they are a running team. They have an identity. They're going to run that ball down your throat. Baltimore does the same thing. And y'all would probably say the same thing if we was going against Baltimore. Why? Because they're going to run the ball. They're going to run it to the left. They're going to run it to the right. And they're going to run that bitch right down the middle.
Let Let me
You
tell
heard
you.
me?
I got them beating the Eagles though.
These teams
Let me-
with this identity, so Jalen Hurts is a running quarterback. Do the Saints struggle against running quarterbacks?
They do.
It was embarrassing for me last year because Jalen Hurts being a rookie, his first game coming in, Philadelphia wasn't that good. You know, that whole NFC East was terrible.
Yeah, that was
trash.
Yeah.
So for us to lose that game was really that really did embarrass me. So I think they're gonna look at the tape.
The tape is out.
The wide receiver that won the Heisman.
Yeah, Smith.
Yeah, he lighting the ass. So they gonna beat him up. He gonna be initiated by the time he gonna be. That's their what's the little guy that used to play for Philly? They used to
Deshaun Jackson.
That's Deshaun. They think he gonna be like Deshaun Jackson.
No, he not.
No.
Nah.
All right.
So
W.
all of us got on W, right?
Yeah, we got the Saints winning that.
All right. Whew. Thanksgiving night in the Dome. The Buffalo Bills is coming into town, baby.
Emmanuel Sanders know all our secrets.
And he's wearing number 1.
He wearing number 1, trying to have some fun. Buffalo Bills. Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a close game.
Man.
I feel like that game's gonna be like a 28-24 type of game.
It's gonna be a tight one.
Yeah, I think the Saints pull that game off.
They play
I really
good.
do.
They play good in prime time.
That's the thing. So,
it's
Saint, what you think? You shaking your head over there?
Hey, it's Thanksgiving. We're gonna be thankful for the food and everything, but we are not gonna be thankful. Hey, let me tell you about Buffalo. You look at the Buffalo team last year, bro, and now they're better.
Right.
They pick up Emmanuel Sanders to go with Diggs, bro. The running game, the defense. This team is complete. This is a complete team, man. With a year under their belt, man.
Worried. We sound like we so worried, boy. Ooh, Lord, Buffalo Bills like fright night.
I got Buffalo, man.
I got Buffalo too. Moving on. All right, Dallas Cowgirls.
I'm going Saints, though.
That's cool. That's cool,
Buffalo.
man.
I'm going
That's cool,
Saints.
bro. That's cool.
I think we get
Dallas Cowgirls. What's up?
Yep, that next week, 7 days later, we play again on Thursday night. Back-to-back Thursday night games. I don't know if that has ever happened.
Back to back.
We might be the first one to ever do it.
I actually like it, though. They get a break.
Last year we had 2 Thursday nights. Okay.
Buffalo.
Maybe
good.
we got the record. It's the second
All
year
right,
we got.
so this game, there's an asterisk. This game is also on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Amazon Prime. I really enjoyed, side note, I really enjoyed the first playoff game that we had this year. It was good for the kids.
Yep.
You had the Nickelodeon slime time and all that, So they're moving on to that with the Amazon series. So you can actually go to Amazon and watch an entire football game on Amazon. So, people, that will be the Dallas Cowgirls.
But I will say this, Teddy G. When we played the last time we played the Cowboys on Thursday Night Football, the game was in Dallas. I was actually at that game.
Okay.
Me too.
And the refs was calling some questionable ass calls in that
America's
game.
team.
So it being here in the Superdome, I'm definitely rolling with the Saints.
All right.
Y'all all got the
Me?
Saints?
No.
Okay.
Well, let me say this. I mean, them picking up Mika Parsons, bro, was big.
That was huge.
They already got Jalen Smith.
Van Der Esch.
They got Kelvin Joseph and Van Der Esch. He's not even going to be starting.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's really that's probably going to be the next Dome Patrol.
So
man.
say we need to make a phone call. We need a linebacker, right?
Bro.
We need to get Van Der Esch from the Cowboys.
No, we don't. We need Quan Alexander. We're gonna sign the petition for the Saints to bring back Quan Alexander. That man is training with Alvin Kamara. That's our tandem. Demario Davis loves that kid. Quan Alexander. They came in and they was rocking, bro. So if Quan is healthy, they should get him back in play.
Then you look at the offense, man. Dak's back. Elliott underachieved last year. You look at what's the little wide receiver? CD Lamb. I mean, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup.
Who coaching them?
Oh my God! It's a lot of weapons, bro. But they still, I think the Saints still gonna take them because, like you said, it comes down to coaching.
It's a prime time game. All right, New York Jets.
I think this the sneaky game, to be honest with y'all.
Who the quarterback?
This the trap game,
This
baby.
the trap game.
Who's the quarterback?
Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson.
He's a rookie.
They got a new coach, Robert Saleh, who was the defensive coordinator with the 49ers. We all know how the 49ers defense was when he was with them. They added a lot of pieces on defense. They got one of our guys, Justin Hardy. He gonna be on their special teams and playing corner. I don't know, man. I think this is a trap game. The game is in December. It's gonna be cold as hell in New York. I don't know. They're gonna be freezing their ass off. I know one thing: Cam Jordan hate playing in the cold. So I don't know if Cam gonna show up that game. But
And the reason I think it's trap because this team has been terrible. So you automatically think, just like we automatically thought we was gonna beat Philly. So now we go into the New York Jets, who's been terrible the last decade, and that's a trap game, and I think we lose that trap game.
All right.
so?
Y'all remember y'all was mad at me when I picked the New England Patriots we was going to lose?
Mm-hmm.
Right. This game ain't going to be no contest. Saints going to beat the fuck out of the New York Jets. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. They got this little boy quarterback from BYU. Come on, man.
Did you say that the Saints were going to beat Philly last year?
What?
Come on,
No,
tell the truth.
No, you know what? You want me to tell you the real?
Uh-huh.
I said when the week before when they made the decision to put Jalen Hurts in, I knew it was going to be trouble. I knew it was going to be trouble because I know that kid is a great quarterback, man. Jalen Hurts, when they put him in the game, he's a handsome kid. You hear me? He can run. I said he's a star. And he made a money bag by winning that game. They would not have traded Carson Wentz.
That's what lockdown.
That made his money right there. I said that made his money right there. Shouts out, man. Shouts out to Jalen Hurts. I'm proud of him because he beat the Saints, right? Mm-hmm. Basically by himself. And his teammates believed in them from that point. They was like, man, we can get Carson Wentz out of here. And they sent him to Indianapolis.
They rallied behind Jalen Hurts, just like they're going to rally behind Winston. And that's what happened. Remember when Bridgewater went in because Drew got hurt?
They had to help.
The defense stepped up.
And
that's what happened in that game.
Yep.
All right, man. All right, y'all. I ain't gonna curse no more. I say, New York Jets, bro. They gonna get dealt with. How you like that?
So after the Jets, man, we play Tampa at Tampa. That's an L.
The reason
that's an L.
Goodell gonna be at the game. He gonna be in the stands. So Roger Goodell.
Oh.
That's his daughter's team. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was in the stands last year.
So let me ask you this: since you said that, so Saint, you think last year was a coincidence with all the them having the Super Bowl in Tampa and they went to Tampa and they made it and they won the Super Bowl?
Let me tell you, wherever Brady would have went, they'd have went to the Super Bowl.
That's facts.
Wherever Brady would have went, whatever team.
Do you think?
Hold on.
Right.
If Drew didn't retire, Tom Brady was gonna come to where?
New Orleans.
And we would have went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man.
Believe that.
Shit, boy. Wherever Tom Brady go, the referee.
Damn,
wherever
bro.
Tom Brady go,
right.
Wherever Tom Brady go.
You remember we messed with signing your boy.
It's not fair.
From Pittsburgh. What's his name? The one always in trouble that they got, that Tampa got. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Antonio Brown. Remember we dabbled with that a little bit.
Yeah.
Brought him here for a workout.
Yeah, he brought
Then he
his
called
whole-
Sean Payton, wasting my time. If Brady would have came in, we would have signed him.
Yeah.
We would have signed him.
Wherever Tom Brady go, the referees will
Fournette
follow.
might have came and helped Camaro.
That's what I'm talking about. So that's what it is, man. It might have changed the fortunes. It might have changed the fortunes for the Saints because Tom Brady. I mean, he gets the calls, man.
He's a GOAT, bro.
Real.
He's a GOAT.
He's like LeBron.
He's a GOAT.
Now I'm gonna be honest. I said I saw it right in front of my eyes. Tom Brady became the GOAT to me when he beat Aaron Rodgers. That was the GOAT game right there. When he beat Aaron Rodgers in the cold, in Green Bay, on the road to get to the Super Bowl, I said, man, this dude got an aura. He got a glow. He got the glow like Bruce Leroy. You remember when Bruce Leroy got that glow?
Yeah, got that glow.
That's what Tom Brady.
But bro, to be honest with you, Brady didn't even play good. He threw what, 3 picks?
3 picks in the
three
Packers
They
game.
just didn't do nothing.
The defense.
Aaron Rodgers, supposed to be a bad man, had 3 chances to go down and score and couldn't.
And when they
he
went to the
finally
goal line.
did go
Yup.
down there. Then he did that stupid thing with the where he ran and
didn't
threw
run
the
it
ball.
back.
Yeah,
Right.
he didn't run it.
He could have outran them people and win it.
But he had so many chances to beat this team.
Yep.
Okay.
It kind of reminds me of with the Saints and having Teddy Bridgewater and that. When it was time to play the game, the defense stepped up, and that's what happened with the Bucs. The defense stepped up in the playoffs, man. They had trouble the first playoff game with Washington. Then the defense stepped up. They played the Saints. You see what they did to the Saints, the 3 picks. Next week, they got 3. picks. Like, come on, man. Like, the defense really stepped up. So,
And I think
they
that's
stepped
when
up in the Super Bowl too.
And I think that's when Aaron Rodgers started getting mad with the team because they drafted Jordan Love instead of getting him a
receiver,
weapon, getting him another weapon.
Yep.
And they locked that one weapon, Devontae Harris, down. And the tall dudes, they couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Adams came out last week and he said that
Shanlin
his contract up next year.
Right.
He said, if y'all don't have Rodgers, I'm not staying.
I'm out.
Yeah.
So,
like SpongeBob say, I'ma head out.
That's right.
Look, all these emotions that y'all done had behind the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, that's your final.
Yeah, what you say?
I'm saying it's an L too.
Yeah, me too.
Right, I'm saying it's an L.
We all
Tampa,
agree.
Them cannons gonna be fine. Them cannons, boom. Them cannons.
Look, but before Brady got there, it wasn't like that. Cause look, they'll get a 3-yard run, and then they'll shoot the cannons, and they be saying dilly dilly on the Bud Light commercial. Now they got Brady, them people out there wilding out.
Oh yeah.
They won the Super Bowl. They wilding out.
I've been to that stadium. It's a very, very nice stadium.
Yeah,
You feel
it
like,
is.
you
I
feel
go every
like-
year.
You feel like you're at the motherfucking beach.
Then I love the planes, the jets pass
That
over.
should be beautiful. And then they got the lake, the Clearwater Lake right there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful. They got the pirate ship in there, boy. I feel like Halloween every time you go in there. It's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
Now we come back after the Tampa game and we play the Dolphins on Monday Night Football in the Superdome.
Damn good defense. No name defense.
Yep. And he got Tua coming into the Superdome.
Tua is going to have this Miami Dolphins team wishing they kept Ryan Fitzpatrick. His teammates.
I hope not.
His teammates. Listen, his teammates do not believe in Tua, right? That's. I mean, people might think that's an opinion, but like you talk about the stuff that goes on in the locker room, right? People were torn. Some people didn't want Taysom to start. They wanted Jameis to start.
It was divided.
Look, you remember that game where Tua and Ryan Fitzpatrick were going back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Ryan Fitzpatrick came in to win the game.
Yep.
That was against the New York Jets. That's how sad they are, man. They were so sad when Tua was in the game that they had to put Ryan Fitzpatrick in the game, and he showed that kid how to move the ball down the field. Tua is a product of the Alabama Roll Tears Roll program, right? So you playing with all of these top flight wide receivers, so these guys getting open. But what if you playing with these kids that can't get open like that? Name me one Miami wide receiver.
Devontae Parker.
Devontae Parker's pretty good. He's pretty good.
I think they got Marvin Jones too now.
Marvin Jones from Detroit. They just picked him up, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to help Tua out. But, all right, is Tua top 20 quarterback in the league?
I mean, we still haven't seen it.
Come on, man.
We still haven't seen
You
it.
know by now. Come on, man, Nader.
No, he's not.
He's
I
not.
wouldn't say he's top
All right,
20,
is he
but I
better-
mean,
is
we
he-
still got to see.
is he better?
It's kind of like Tua and Jordan
Do you
Love. Like we
recognize-
say, Jordan Love, you know, he ain't gonna do nothing. But at the same time,
All right.
he hasn't
All
had an
right, we gonna
opportunity
keep it
yet.
They
real,
also
right?
got the Alabama burner, Waddle.
Waddle.
Yeah, Waddle.
They just
Waddle.
picked him up, right?
Jalen
so they
Waddle.
might have some
Jalen
chemistry,
Waddle.
right? But you tell me this. I said, is Tua better than Kyler Murray?
No,
All right. See, right. See, that's that new generation of quarterback, right?
Right.
Is he better than Lamar Jackson?
hell no.
Definitely no, right?
Right.
So is he better than what's the newest quarterback that we saw this year? Jalen Hurts.
Hurts.
Is he better than Jalen Hurts? Answer the question.
No, I don't
We
think
have a
so.
problem.
No.
If Tua is not better than Jalen Hurts,
don't
We're
think
gonna beat
Tua
Miami.
is a problem
Yeah, I
for
think we gonna
Miami.
beat the
That's
hell
not
out of
my
Miami.
It's
point.
gonna
I
be a
think it's
low.
gonna be a beatdown.
It's gonna be a low scoring game. I think maybe like 21-14, 21-17.
All right, boom.
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask y'all both this question. Y'all remember the last time we played the Dolphins on Monday Night Football in the Superdome? Y'all remember that? Darren Sproles and Jimmy Graham went off that game.
True.
They went off. They beat the shit out of the Dolphins that game, and I feel like that's the same thing. That's
I feel
gonna
like I'm a
happen in
bad
that
influence on you, man. I got you cussing.
I know you see that, huh?
I mean, Carolina Panthers, Atlanta Falcons, our last two games. I don't think they're really gonna matter.
Carolina
because what's
at
our
home.
record looking like now?
Oh man.
What's our records?
So Saint got what? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. So Saint, you had 6 losses right now.
All
I'm
right.
at 6.
Yeah.
What's
Teddy.
my losses? Tell me again.
Oh damn. Week 5, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Washington game.
No, I say we're gonna win now.
That was the win.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
say
you
we
got
gonna
5
lose to
losses. The Seattle game,
Seattle.
the Tennessee game,
Right.
The Buffalo game, the Dallas. You
The
said
Jets.
The Jets. Yeah, the Jets.
All right. For the record, I have the Saints losing that last game to Atlanta Falcons. All right, because I think that they're gonna pull a lot of their starters. I think that our record is gonna be what it is, right? And I think that the Atlanta Falcons gonna be thinking that's their damn Super Bowl.
Hey, bro.
They're gonna be like, man,
It's
wait.
always-
We lost to the Saints 6 times in a row.
Wait,
We ain't losing this
hold
time.
up. He talking about we gonna rest starters with Brady in our division?
Hell no.
Hell no. We gonna be a race
Come
to the
on,
end.
man.
Ain't everybody gonna play to the last game?
Teddy think he talking about like 3-4 years ago.
Right.
You
Man,
talking 12 and 2?
what you want?
You
We
talking,
12 and 2?
you talking
on,
about the
man.
whole Tampa Bay
Every game
Buccaneers?
count. Look, they added another game, and that game count.
Boy, with
Ain't
Brady
no-
in your division, it's gonna be a race.
But either way, right? Okay, let's say we don't rest starters, right? I said we're in the spot, Atlanta Falcons. They might be playing for their jobs. My point is
Man,
that
they all about to get fired
they're gonna
anyway.
be
That's your-
desperation.
that's your
It's gonna
fifth
be,
one.
It's gonna be no. They just fired their coach. This is a new whole coaching staff here, man. This
Listen, I'm talking about Matt Ryan.
I'm talking about the Atlanta Falcons are going to show some desperation. So whatever you have my record as right here,
Okay.
you can add one more loss the
Right,
very
right, yeah,
last
put it
game.
right here.
So what's his record?
I'm not.
He got 1, 2, 3, 4. He got 5 losses right
12
now.
and 5.
So 12 and 5.
I'm running with
I'm
12,
12 and 5.
12 and 5. 12 and 5.
And what's your record?
1, 2, 3, 4. I got the same thing. 12 and 5.
All right, man. But
Damn.
say, bro, no, you had to catch up. Look, I'm looking at his
Yeah.
paper. Look, y'all. He had the Saints winning all these games. then he was like, oh, Lord,
Because
we can't go undefeated.
No,
Let me go. He had 4
because
losses in a row.
because we got them hard games towards the end.
That's true. That's true. The Saints ain't losing.
So look, we all went 12 and
Saints
5.
ain't losing no 4 games in a row. Nader.
Look, Tyrone
Come
Hughes
on,
went
man.
8 and 9. So look at that.
Right.
8 and 9,
All
Tyrone
right.
Hughes.
Let me shake your hand,
Yeah,
bro.
Tyrone,
12
you
and
wrong for that,
12
bro.
and 5?
12 and 5.
12 and 5.
12 and
5 is the consensus.
12 and 5.
Right.
You think that's good enough to win the division?
Man, we just trying to get in the playoffs, man. Tyrone
Yeah, I'm not
said
even
we
trying to
ain't
win the
getting in
division no
playoffs.
more. Because look, every time we win the division,
Exactly.
they always come out with them stupid ass shirts that say the NFC South is not enough, or one and done, and then we go to the playoffs and we be one and done. So,
My boy Cam Jordan, he said, I quoted him saying this. He said, I'm tired of being kings of the South.
right.
We be kings of the South, and we don't go nowhere. I'll be a wild card and win a Super Bowl. I don't care.
Real.
I'm tired of winning the division
That's real.
and not doing nothing else.
I agree.
And that's what we've been doing. What, 4 years straight? 3 years straight?
Yeah.
NFC South champs. So
And I bought every shirt.
I give all them
I ain't
back for a
buying no
Super
more
Bowl.
shirts. I ain't
I
buying
give
no
all them
more damn
NFC
shirts.
South championships for a damn Super Bowl.
Yep. NFC South champions don't mean much.
Nothing.
When somebody come in your building and take your cookies, you heard me?
Now-
come in your building and take your W from you, man. Tom Brady and them did that, and Drew Brees threw them picks. He did that.
Yep.
He retired. He's with his family. But I can tell you, I think the Saints.
Let me ask you this question.
I think the.
Let me ask you
I don't
this.
want to say that.
Let me ask you
I
this
don't think the
question.
Saints was going to
Since
not
I got
allow
Soul
him to
Saint
come
on.
back.
We got Soul Saint on the show. Let me ask this question. Do you think Drew Brees was holding the Saints back?
Yeah. We gave Drew the last 3 years. We said, Drew, we're gonna give you another year. See what you can do. See if you can give us another Super Bowl. But we knew Drew Brees stopped throwing deep 3-4 years ago.
Right.
Hey, look.
So we was limited,
I
for
agree.
years. But we just the love we had for Drew. Okay, he our boy. He gave us a Super Bowl.
Right.
He gave us so many wins every year. So many NFC South
regular
titles.
season.
Right.
In the regular season.
Right, we the regular season
I
winners.
Agree. I agree with Soul Saint, Mr. Soul Saint.
I agree too.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to put it to you like this. That can't be proven, right, that he was holding the Saints back. But what can be proven is that he was holding that damn checkbook back for the Saints because he was getting paid. He was trying to get paid $25, $30 million a year, okay? So now they had to roll his money forward so many years. They're going to be paying Drew Brees 2-3 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Now he cut a little bit of he gave him savings as when he retired. He gave some of his money back, which is good. We applaud you for that because we know you got NyQuil already. You got Wrangler, and you got the Jimmy Jones. I do like the Jimmy Jones at number 9, an Italian special. Is good.
Yeah, do you know how many people wanted to kick Drew Brees' ass at the end of the season because he didn't tell nobody he had a torn rotator? How you gonna throw deep with a torn rotator cuff?
And
That's
a
what I'm
plantar.
saying.
And a plantar fascia.
And the plantar fascia.
Your feet.
And the ribs.
Your rib
and
crack.
the lung. Punctured lung.
Jameis would have won that game by himself. Since Taysom was down, I said Jameis would have won that game. Man, he had to get his, they fired him.
Then he
The
gonna
Tampa Bay
handcuff
Buccaneers
us.
fired him.
Then he gonna handcuff us for about 2 months after the season was over. I don't know if I'm gonna retire. They should have retired him.
Look, Tony.
They should have said we don't even want you back.
I think they did
Look,
retire him.
Tony just texted me. He said, "Man, I disagree. The Minnesota Miracle defense, that defense." He said the
No,
Minnesota
that was Sean
Miracle
Payton's
defense.
fault. That was Sean Payton's
And
fault.
Rams referees.
That was Sean Payton's fault. If you go back and watch the last 2 minutes of that Minnesota Miracles game, I said, who caught the ball? Mystery. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Who caught the ball and ran out of bounds?
That was Marcus Williams.
Who caught the ball and ran out of bounds? I'm going to give you his name. Ted Ginn Jr., right?
Yeah.
Caught the ball, ran out of bounds. They had more time on the clock, right? And then what happened after that? The Saints wound up kicking the field goal. And if they would have just went in there and got their touchdown, started running the ball, there's opportunities for them to run that clock out. The Saints have not been good with clock management over the years. They starting to pay attention to it a little bit more now.
Saints was at midfield with 10 seconds to go and no timeouts.
I know you remember.
All Marcus Williams had to do was just grab the dude, wrap him up, and just bring him to the ground, and time would have ran out. They wouldn't have had time to run another play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not a question.
That's crazy.
That's not a question.
It looked so scripted, bro.
Right. And
a lot of people were saying that.
It looked like he was dancing. And he just
Even if you go back and look at it, Cam Jordan was coming around the end.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
And he laid off and turned around.
Because he didn't want no penalty. He didn't want
but we can understand that. We can understand that.
See?
But I mean, shit, you could have just touched him.
Right. But what I'm talking about, because every now and again, that game is so terrible that the NFL Network puts that game on just to fuck with us every now and again. Put that Minnesota Miracle game on.
Especially when we played them the week
the week before
Marcus
the game.
Williams just made a boneheaded play, and that sometimes one player will lose you a game.
Now the Saints just franchised him. He's a really good
he's
safety.
a good safety.
He rates well.
That's why I
he
say
made a mistake as a rookie.
He made a mistake.
All right, now.
But wait. You know what was funny though? When that game happened, and then they went and lost to the Eagles in the playoffs, the Vikings, they went lost.
They got their ass whipped.
They got their ass whipped.
Right, the next game.
That was when Kamara came out and was like, fuck the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
And then this year they played the Vikings and he had 6 touchdowns on them.
6 touchdowns. Shouts out to AK. We're going to get you on him.
Look at the Ram game. One more game we're going to talk about that Ram, that no call.
All right. Can I talk about that
Game
one?
was over.
Can I talk
we
about
would
that
have went to
one?
the Super Bowl. I don't care about that woman in Atlanta that didn't want us there. We would have been in Atlanta. We would have won that Super Bowl.
So Saint.
Yes,
Y'all
sir.
could be mad at me all you want. I said it just now. Bradford, you got on it. I'm telling you. Sean Payton is to blame for both of them games. I'm sorry. I don't need no friends in the Saints office. I'm telling you, Sean Payton threw that game too. We had a 50-yard pass that was completed to who? Ted Ginn Jr.
Yep.
He caught the ball. He bouncing like this. Yeah, I got it. We about to win. We about to go to the Super Bowl, right? Wrong. I said Sean Payton threw a pass. The first pass. He tried to throw what? A slant? He tried to throw a slant to Michael Thomas, right?
Yep.
What happened?
No.
Incomplete, right?
Yep.
So now what happens? If you would have ran the ball those 3 plays, I got to break it down for people because we might have some people listening who don't know football, right? How many timeouts did the Rams have left? They had 2. Right? How many downs are there the Saints had to get the ball in the end zone or run the clock out? 4, right? So if you run the ball the first time, the Rams have to call a timeout. If you run it second down, they got to call another timeout. You run it the third time, they don't have a timeout. So then the clock is running, right? Mm-hmm. Then you kick the field goal, and now they only have 14 seconds, right, to do what they needed to do, all right? Now, what happened? The problem is the Saints threw the ball on first down. It was an incomplete pass.
But let me say this.
Clock didn't even run.
Let me say this. Peyton did call a run, but Drew audibled out of it.
I don't care if Andre the Giant.
Oh,
was
Drew got
sitting
that
over
money,
there.
huh? Somebody gave him that money.
Somebody gave him that payola.
Audible.
Peyton called a run, and Drew audibled out of it.
I don't care if Lawrence Taylor
But let me say
is
this.
over there.
Let me say this, y'all. The Saints still had a chance to win that game.
Yeah.
First of all, they let your boy come down. They let him drive down and get in field goal range. Then in overtime, who won the toss? The Saints. And who didn't do nothing? The Saints.
No, they did something. Drew Brees threw an interception.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We had a chance to win that game.
And they was doing a chopper style, riding a bike.
had a
Oh,
chance.
that shit
Boy,
pissed me off.
oh, Lord.
Oh,
So I don't even blame the no
deserve
call.
that, though.
I don't even blame the no call because we still had a chance to win. It wasn't like the no call was the last play of the game.
Same. I'm glad you said
And we was down
but
one.
it would have been.
It would have been. Yeah, it would have been.
If they would have called it.
It
Right.
would have been.
I'm so glad you said that, bro, because you know, a lot of people say, "Oh man, the ref screwed y'all." I don't feel like that they swallowed their whistle. They swallowed their whistle for the rest of that game. You know, when it's a very important game, there are certain times the ref just not gonna call nothing unless it's just like egregious. Now, I'm not saying that was egregious. I'm not saying it wasn't egregious. That's not what I'm saying. But they also, the Saints also grabbed Jared Goff's face mask and damn near ripped his mask off his face, but they did not call that on the Saints, right? Mm-hmm. My point is that the Saints had the opportunity to close that game out with proper clock management, and they let it slip through their fingers because Drew Brees and or Sean Payton, if you have a problem with Drew Brees changing the play at that time, you're like, look, man, we are doing clock management. We are running the ball or kneel it. You could have knelt the ball 3 times and kicked the field goal, right? At the end of the day. So I don't care who they have on the other side of the line. Oh, well, they had 2. They was 8 in the box. I don't care if they had 11 in the box. Still don't throw the ball because you are actively trying to drain the clock.
Yep.
It's about the clock. You're not even worrying about the Rams right now. Because if you realize, and this was so embarrassing, the Rams started celebrating when the Saints threw the ball and made the first incomplete pass. Man, I'm reliving. I've been triggered.
And you know what?
I've been triggered.
Me, as a Saints fan, I've come to realize, and every Saints fan has come to realize this, that Roger Goodell doesn't like the city of New Orleans.
That's true.
NFL doesn't care for the city of New Orleans.
That's
the
true.
referees. So it's always going to be us against the world. It's always going to be that. And every Saints fan knows this. For some reason, bro, we just don't get the breaks. If it's a call that has to go our way or their way,
It's always gonna go the opposite.
it's always going to go the opposite.
You know why that is?
Very seldom.
So Saint, you know what my take is on that? When the whole bounty situation happened, okay, the NFL told Tom Benson to fire Sean Payton. Tom Benson told the NFL, I'm not firing Sean Payton. They ended up giving him the year suspension, right? He comes back. Obviously, the NFL's pissed off at the Saints because they didn't do what they were asked to do, right? So I asked this question before on Twitter, but my question is, do you feel the Saints will ever win another Super Bowl with Sean Payton as their coach, being that Sean Payton got so much beef with Roger Goodell? You know, he had that press conference where we know he had that clown shirt underneath his shirt with Roger Goodell. You know, they've gone back and forth. That's the question of the night. Do you think the Saints will ever make it to the Super Bowl again with Sean Payton as their coach?
Sean Payton has been pretty petty towards Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell, go to hell, right? I say, but at the end of the day, you know, it's about, you know, can you take the referees out of the game? And
That's just what I was about to say.
And how do you do that? You have to really just outperform your opponent.
Exactly. You got to kick
where
ass.
it's undeniable.
That's right. We cannot let it come down to the refs. We got to just go out and kick everybody's ass, and where it's not going to be a close game, you know, and that's the only way we can win a Super Bowl.
Can't
We
got to
be dominant.
Yep.
We've got to dominate. Yep. And that's the only, especially, but when the regular season is fine, but when the playoffs hit, we got to be like we was in 2009.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Firing on all cylinders.
Right, on all cylinders, bro.
Yep. Definitely. I agree.
Yes, sir. We was talking about the shoe game last week before we get up out of here.
Yep.
I want to give a shout out, man. I want to give a shout out to Zion Williamson, who is the youngest player basketball to get his own Jordan brand tennis shoe, which is a big deal. And, you know, he named the shoe after his younger brother, Noah. And I thought it was very interesting, right, for all the young folks out there. Noah is his baby brother, and he brought him to, Air Jordan Studios, and the people there gave him a blank piece of paper and a blank pair of white Jordans and told him to scribble and write on it or whatever. They took what that kid drew on that shoe, and that is now the Noah Jordan Zion 1 colorway. So it's a very colorful shoe. I'm considering getting it for my son, the Noah Zion shoe, and that shows how close he is with his baby brother.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I hope
That's pretty
Zion.
dope.
I hope Zion retires a Pelican. It's going to be tough to do so, but I think that's the one reason that Lonzo Ball is going to come back.
You think
and
so?
I think Brandon Ingram. Will probably be traded before either one of them. I'm telling you that.
Wow.
And also, let me say this: Trill Williams, we still have a chance to get him because he failed the physical.
Trill.
Y'all heard about that? Trill Williams?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
He was
cornerback.
picked up. He was picked up.
But he
That's
just
what
got
I'm
picked
saying.
up by the Dolphins.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He failed they physical.
Physical with the Dolphins.
Right.
So they still got a chance to get him.
Man,
So they, yeah, they still,
Something must really be wrong.
How could you let Trill go?
right.
It's perfect
They
for New Orleans,
undrafted
man.
free agents is better than the drafted.
Yeah, he was
the ones
6'2". I
that,
think he's
That's
like
pretty
6'2".
good.
yeah, you looked at the undrafted class of signees.
Yeah.
They got some good man. The dude
Offensive
from
linemen, they got
dude
some
from Florida
linebackers,
State,
yep.
the cornerback.
With a name like Trill, he belong in New Orleans.
Trill
Yeah.
the thrill.
For real. All right, man. So I know you didn't want to touch on NBA.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. What you got?
Just the play-in tournament, man. It
The
began.
Lakers not gonna make the playoffs.
It began tonight in the Hornets and the Pacers and Wizards and Celtics playing right now. Boston's up 31-29.
Guess what?
Is it one and out? Is it one and done?
I think it's like
how does
No,
that work?
How it works? All right. So I have paid attention to this.
Okay.
All right. So now let's talk about the game that everybody wants to talk about. It's LeBron versus Steph Curry, right?
you know who I'm on.
When does that game occur? That game occurs tomorrow. That game occurs tomorrow. It is the last of the play-in games.
Yep.
If LeBron James loses that game, right, which he will, the Los Angeles Lakers are not looking good right now. Okay, the Pelicans was about to beat them with Jackson Hayes. Okay, the other night.
Right. We didn't have none of our starters. None of them.
And the Pelicans was right on them.
And they only beat us, what, by 10?
They beat them by 10. Okay. When the Lakers lose that game, they are going to have to play the winner between Memphis and San Antonio. Right. I predict Memphis is going to win that game, right? Okay. San Antonio is kind of fading right now, right?
All right.
But either one of those teams have the possibility to beat the Lakers, right? Yes, I am a Lakers hater because LeBron James took Anthony Davis willingly, but at the same time, he's creating all these super teams, right? I like LeBron, what he does in the community and all that, but I think that, the same thing we saw happen to Drew Brees, we're starting to see happen with LeBron. This injury every now and again. He, for the first 15 years, never got injured. He had a groin, he had a back, he got a foot now, his ankle getting broke every time he play. It's natural, man. It's father time. So what I'm saying is, the Laker Nation is going to be so upset if the Lakers do not even make the playoffs. Do you know how embarrassing that will be if you have LeBron and Anthony Davis? Y'all lose the next two games, y'all sitting right at home with the Pelicans, my boy.
Look, they gonna still lose, but let me tell you, y'all don't know the secret to LeBron, bro. LeBron big ass don't get hurt. What they do, they trying to save his energy for the playoffs. So that's why they but they did it a little too much, and they almost didn't make the playoffs this year. But LeBron big ass don't get hurt.
Load management, right?
What you mean they almost did? What you mean they almost did?
Well, I mean, look how far they fell.
They're not in the playoffs right now.
Look how far they fell.
They're in the play-in.
Well, that's what I meant. They almost made it outside the play-in.
Bro, so how bad would that be if LeBron?
And they just won a championship.
You think the NBA gonna make sure
he
get
make
in the
play-in
playoffs?
tournament?
You think they gonna make sure he get in the playoffs? Do you think stuff like that happens? Like they gonna make sure? Man, look.
It's the same thing. No, wait. It's the same thing as Tom Brady. Is what we just talked about with Tom Brady.
You need Tom Brady.
Just like you need LeBron
in the playoffs.
What's y'all prediction for the finals anyway? Let's just jump right to
let's go to Brooklyn Nets.
In the East.
We got KD. You know, you got
but
Kyrie.
can all of them play together and stay healthy?
Oh man, boy, let me tell you something. You have talent like that. Let me tell you, James Harden. And you talk about.
And then went picked up Yellow Boy. They went picked up Yellow Boy. What's his name?
Blake
Griffin.
Yeah, tell me this. All right. Now. I've seen Uncle Drew, the movie, right? It was a good movie, right? Can y'all list to me the importance of each one of them three, right? In order, or is it even necessary? You going KD one?
KD one, obviously.
All right. Are you saying that?
Yeah, KD.
Because I disagree.
You think so?
I think James Harden. I think James Harden is number one, the most important player on that team.
He's a facilitator.
Right. KD is the closer.
Right.
He gonna close it all,
Clutch.
right?
He's
but
clutch.
all game long, James Harden gonna be running that team.
He's the facilitator, yeah.
Tony is the coach.
Yeah.
So
Harden should be the point guard.
He is.
And Kyrie should be a shooting guard.
Kyrie gonna wear you out though. Kyrie gonna wear you out the whole game
Kyrie
with
is
his
a killer.
dribbling. He gonna wear you
Kyrie
out
is
the
a
whole
killer.
game.
Killer.
He a killer.
Got a nice crossover and
listen,
everything. Yeah.
and I got to give him props, man.
He can
'cause
shoot from anywhere on the court.
outside of basketball, though, I got to give him props because he came out this week and he said, man, they got a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, and basketball is the last thing that I'm worried about. And he shouted out Palestine. You know, I'm Palestinian, so, and, you know, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, I can see your tears starting to well up in your eye. I can see how
appreciate
serious
that, man.
is because I thought about you when I heard him say that.
Yeah.
So shouts out to Kyrie and Stephen A. Dumbass. He was talking about Kyrie should just focus on basketball.
When I heard that name, I
he
knew.
should just focus on basketball. No, he's focused on what is going on in the community. He say when I'm on the basketball floor, that's all I'm worried about.
Right.
But when I'm out in this world,
I think
things are not right in this world.
And tell me if I'm wrong, Teddy, but I think his mentality as a basketball player is similar to the mentality of Muhammad Ali as a boxer.
I would agree.
You agree with that?
I would agree because Kyrie is woke, even though he said the world was flat a few years ago.
Clippers in Boston in the championship.
Clippers in Boston?
Yeah, I'm not Boston. Clippers in Brooklyn.
Okay. Ooh, shit.
The Clippers.
Man, I'm gonna go Nets. I mean, I want to see something different. I don't know.
Me too.
I like the Suns being there. I want to see the Suns do something, man.
I'm a Monty Williams fan.
I know. I'm kind of throwing it out
Chris
there,
Paul
like
fan.
you know, trying to get them in there. But man,
The
I would like to
Phoenix.
see the Suns do something. But I don't know, man. I think out of all the teams, I think the Clippers in the West is more established.
You know what's funny? The Los Angeles Clippers. They're in the fourth spot, right?
Right.
I said a few games ago they were in the third spot.
In the third spot, yep,
right? They
yep.
lost 2 games on purpose.
So they
just
could go
in
to the
case-
fourth.
Just in case the Lakers get in, they
Yep.
didn't want to see the Lakers in the first round. But
Which
let
is
me tell
smart.
you something. You know how your grandma used to say, "Oh, you done jumped out the frying pan and into the flames," right? So now, this is my last curse word. Your dumb ass got to play the Dallas Mavericks, and the Dallas Mavericks ain't nothing to play with.
Luka.
Because Luka is mad. You talking about you got a magic show on your cruise? You talking about you got a magic show on your cruise? Luka magic. That boy is magic. That boy is good.
Hey, bro, I want all y'all in here to come on my cruise, man.
Oh man, for
Give
sure.
you a shout out. You
For
feel
sure.
me?
Yeah, I need y'all. Come on, man. It's gonna be off the chain.
Magic
It's gonna be
shot.
the first of its kind, bro. This cruise right here, man. We're gonna have a concert on the cruise ship, bro. A party, black and gold, private, just us. / concert.
So can
gonna be
I
great.
ask you a question?
What you got?
Can I bring Kwame Brown with me?
Yeah.
All right. Because Kwame Brown has been going. He seemed like he a comedian
going
too.
ham.
He been going off on Matt Barnes.
On Matt Barnes on social media, Kwame.
Man, he been talking about how Matt Barnes' old lady got smashed by Derek Fisher.
Oh.
Talking about this and that. Oh man, he taking.
See?
Man, look,
You see?
I looked at the YouTube video. It had
That's
100,000
dangerous
views on it. I said,
People
God,
like
damn.
drama. People like drama.
That's
And
what
let me
they
tell you,
like.
The name of this show, folks, is Sports Overtime.
It's overtime.
We talk about sports, yeah, we do. But in overtime, we talk about a little bit of everything. You hear me? I'm just letting you know. It gets real. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you got another man picking up your kids from school. You feel me? Kwame Brown was talking about, look, man, you need to drop Derek Fisher a few dollars because he be picking up your babies from school, bro.
Give him some gas money.
To get that man some gas money. I'm just saying, it's low down. It's low down,
that
bro.
shit crazy.
But Matt Barnes shouldn't have called him out. And then he started talking about Matt Barnes' issues and whatnot. He said,
You were smoking weed, playing a video game
man.
all day while somebody smashing your lady.
bruh,
While she texting me. Oh man.
Nader, I think, you keep telling everybody you Palestinian and you proud of your heritage, but you black, dog. You black all day and tomorrow.
Man, this
okay?
dude here.
All right.
Look, I got so
You
many.
black.
Man, you put me on the spot when we did the
black.
first show. They was like, "Why your co-host asking you to tell people that if you black or not?" I said,
black.
"Man, listen,
Man, I told you. I don't think you heard me the first time. What I'm telling you is being black is not a matter of pigmentation.
Yep, that's what
It
you
is
said.
a social attitude. It's a spirit, like Soul Saint over here. I'm a big fan of Soul Saint, and I'm a big fan of you, my man, what you do out in the community.
Appreciate it.
And everything else. You know what I'm saying? This has been Sports Overtime, and we want to give a very special thanks to Soul Saint for coming in with us. Any final words, any shout-out?
I want to give a shout-out to my guys on Tell It Like It Is, my new podcast. Tell It Like It Is, Sports Talk Podcast. My boy Mike No Filter Tannehill, man, that's my guy, and David King, the sports guru. I want to give them a shout. I also want to give my daughter, my beautiful daughter, graduated from Southeastern today.
Congratulations.
You know, and I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. So I went to the graduation, and I'm very proud of her.
That's what's up.
You know, I got 3 daughters in college. Well, she's not. She graduated. So, you know, I'm very proud father.
That's a beautiful thing.
That's a beautiful thing. You got any shout-outs, Teddy G?
Man, I'm going to give a shout-out to Ziggler Wiggler. You know what I'm saying? The Wiggler.
Big Chief toilet paper.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You feel me?
And look, man, before we get out.
Oh, thank y'all for having me, man. I want to tell you.
Anytime
y'all want me to come back, man. I like this, man.
You could come on anytime you want, man.
I like y'all, man.
Man, anytime you want to come on.
All right.
It's open invitation.
No doubt about it.
Open invitation. But I got to give a big shout out to he looking at me because I already know you know what I'm gonna say. I want to give a big shout out, man, to everybody that came out last Saturday, man. We did a Palestinian protest downtown. 1,000 people showed up. You know, we trying to get the word out on what's happening overseas. You know, innocent women and kids are being killed by the Israeli army. So listen, anybody that has a heart in their body, you know, if you want to come out and you want to rally with us, man, we doing it again this Sunday at 5 o'clock. We're going to be meeting at the library right there on Loyola. So, you know, right there on, I'm going to tell y'all the address before I get it wrong. 219 Loyola Avenue, the NOLA Public Library, man, 5 o'clock. So if y'all want to come out, man, and support, you know, stand in solidarity. Listen, man, I don't care what color you are. If you want to stand in solidarity with some people that are going through oppression right now, bring your ass out there because we need everybody out there screaming free Palestine and making it aware to all of these people that don't know. We making it known. We came up with the idea to do it. Yesterday, CNN did an article on it and put us in the article on CNN.com. So listen, for anybody that want to send me messages or tweet me or say anything negative, keep your comments to yourself. You know, I had a guy saying, I want to say this. I had a guy saying, when y'all protesting, that shit ain't going to do nothing. Well, listen, people starting to get woke, like you said, about Kyrie Irving. People starting to get woke. They starting to really understand what's going on overseas. Innocent kids are dying. 200 people have died in a week. 68 of those people have been kids. So if you on social media, on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever, you think killing innocent kids is cool, then unfollow me, man, because I ain't got time for that shit. Straight up. But if you don't agree with it, then come out this Sunday, man, 5 o'clock. Meet us at the NOLA Public Library on Loyola, 219 Loyola. We doing a protest, man. We trying to have 5,000 to 10,000 people out there with us. We going to shut the city down once again and scream free Palestine.
Absolutely. You know, if you know, you know, and these people know better, right? And so they had people out there, you know, of all colors, you know, and we understand that we are all family. So I support you 100%, my brother.
Appreciate it. And big shout out to Element. Big shout out to Tony, tax service, man, the Bradford and McGee tax services. If y'all, well, today was the deadline, but if you still need to do your taxes, hurry up and hit Tony up, man. And then other than that, appreciate Element for sponsoring the show and appreciate everybody that's here that makes the show possible, man. Thank y'all so much.
No doubt about it.
So we'll see y'all next week, man. This is Real Sports Talk from Real Sports Fans. And it's Sports Overtime. We out.
Who that?
Oh, yeah. Whoa. Boy, this Element water is good, boy. This that strawberry pineapple this time.
Everybody, let's go.
Look.
For the black and gold, now let's go. Let's scream who that. Any competition, yeah, we coming to get you. Let's go. Saints fans stand up. Let's hear for the black and gold, now let's go. Let's scream who that. You better run it high, cause we coming to get you. Who that? We let me paint you a picture. It's the whole Saints Nation, yeah, we coming to get you. They ain't nowhere to hide, they got yourself in a picture. Messing with the gang, now you got a permanent issue on Louisiana.
it don't matter, we damage her. So bring your camera, get ready for the spectacular caliber massacre. This a warning to any challenger. Let's hear for the black and gold. This ain't a wizard and the Saints super fan with the soul. And we don't give a damn what y'all been told. The Saints going all the way to the Super Bowl. Everybody, let's go. Saints fans, stand up now. Let's hear for the black and gold. Now let's go. And scream who that was. Any competition, yeah, we coming to get you. Let's go. Saints fans, stand up now. Let's hear for the black and gold. Now let's go. And scream who that was. You better run it out, cause we coming to get you. Hold up. Wait a minute now. That's in the league, you better believe we about to tear it down. You woke up the beast, it's off of the leads, and no one to tame us now. New Orleans Saints ain't playing around, we coming to take the crown. Please don't get us started, cause I don't think I really want it now. Is it for a battle? Better show us our opponent. Game on lock, you better ask somebody who can do it like us, nobody. Offense, let's go. Defense, let's go. For the black and gold, because ready or not, here we come. Everybody, let's go. Saints fans, stand up now. Let's hear for the black and gold. Now let's go. And scream who that was. Any competition, yeah, we coming to get you. Let's go. Saints fans, stand up now. Let's hear for the black and gold. Now let's go. And scream who that was. You better run it out, cause we coming to get you. Saints plus soul equals Super Bowl. Ask King, ask soul, now you've been told. Black and gold, we on the road, and we big and bold. You opened up your mouth, now you're knocked out cold. We coming to get ya, I bet you won't win. Left hook, right hook, again and again. We got that high-powered offense with that lethal punch. We're the bullies of the block, and we'll take your lunch. So to all of my hoodats across the land, and to all other
You're listening to Sports Overtime on Music Exchange Radio Network. It's MusicExchangeRadio.com. Like the music on the station? Download the app. Need your music to go? Download the app. Sick and tired of all those whack DJs? Download the app. Tired of the same 10 songs? Download the app. It's Music Exchange Radio. Download the app.